Hello, everybody, and welcome to KingPastaDucksNStuff. I'm your host, Parker. Joining me at the moment is Evan and Ian. Tyler will be joining later in the show. He has some duties to take care of, so you got that to look forward to. To see what's wrong, Evan. Evan's upset.
I'm just staring dead in the
He's upset that Tyler's not able to join us.
Why? Hold on. There's no reason to be upset over spaghetti.
Tyler is late.
Except maybe
I just can't have Tyler being late.
Yeah, Tyler. We're thinking of kicking him off the show. We're accepting new applications. Anytime that you are interested.
I like that.
Please,
Tyler, it's half our conversation.
Half our conversation? What do you mean?
So it doesn't matter if Tyler. Attendance is mandatory. He's missed one show and now he's late to another.
No, you're right. He missed one and he's late to one. This is unacceptable. We need. Where's our producer?
Accepting applications.
Where's our producer?
Oh
wait.
Can I apply twice? Can I be in both corners?
That's the producer. And wait, where are the producers? We all produce.
Can I be in both corners, Parker?
Yeah. Let me just.
Why don't you interview me? Why don't we make that a quick segment?
Okay, yeah. Welcome to Interviewing with the Ducks and Stuff. Hello. State your name, age, and occupation.
George Georgeson. I'm 23, and I work at. I'm a.
No need to be nervous. This is a friendly place.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm an Air Force.
Okay.
Pilot.
What rank?
I'm a pilot.
But what rank?
Even though
of the Air Force.
Yeah, I got a special acceptance because you need 20/20 vision to be a pilot, and I wear glasses.
But are you a lieutenant? Are you a recruit? Are you sergeant? Are you captain?
I'm a general.
I'm a
general.
pilot.
So you're general. Oh,
yeah,
well,
I'm a 5-star general.
All right, and what are your skills?
Generaling.
I'm sorry. You know what? That's better than what we usually get here on the show.
Generaling and flight.
I got an application.
Oh, okay. Name and occupation.
Let's do Ian's interview.
My name is Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay,
Mark's interview.
Is that spelled with a Z or a Y?
It's
a Z. Come on, Parker.
B-K.
Okay.
Zuckberg.
Okay.
My occupation is drinking water in front of Congress.
Drinking water from the Congress. Yes, let's continue.
And staring at them.
You know what? Half of us here don't drink water, and one of us drinks way too much water, so you're in. Hello, everybody. Okay, we're starting the show.
Is that me?
Yeah,
Do I drink too much water?
4 things of water next to your bed. Hello, everybody. Welcome to KingPastaDucksNStuff. You can find us over on YouTube, and today's episode is sponsored by me. I'm good looking.
That's 1 water bottle. 2 water bottles. See, this one has Eevee on it and all his evolutions, and Pikachu for some reason.
Pikachu.
A 3. A 4.
3 water bottles.
A 4.
And 4 water bottles.
That's insane. But yes, just a reminder.
He's well hydrated.
A reminder to everyone: if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see a counter. When we get to 100 followers, you will see me.
Oh, I love that bar though.
Tetris. And
high tier graphics.
Oh, that was what we should have done. Games we hate. We gotta rate Battle Tetris, of course. Why didn't I think of it? Worst game in human history.
Should we switch it midstream?
No, we're not switching it. But yeah, so
okay,
please tell your friends.
I don't know if Ian's played that.
Tell them to follow, so that you can see me really mad at that game. Probably curse a lot and throw things.
Should we explain that more? What Battle Tetris is?
If you want, sure.
No, we just gotta hype it up.
Yeah, just hype it up. Make sure everyone knows I'm
hype it up without saying anything about it.
Yeah, it's a fun game that everyone hates.
This thing will do that if we get 100.
Vice versa. I hate it. Everyone else likes it for some reason. Welcome to the show. Tyler will join us at some point. You can find us on YouTube. We stream every Friday. Let's get this thing started.
We have a great substitute, Tyler's chair.
Yeah, Tyler's chair is really going to be out. Tell us about yourself, Tyler's chair.
Is he going to get the job?
I think he already got it.
Oh, he beat the general.
He did a pretty dang good job. Okay, you know what? Clean. No, there's always the possibility Tyler just never shows up.
Star Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL.
When I was talking to him earlier, he was worried about that. He was just like, yeah, there's a possibility my parents might want to do something after.
Okay, well, if he doesn't show up, that's the reason. We're going to start the show now. First thing we always do at the start of the show, we talk about a game genre and give our opinions about it. And this week's game genre is first-person shooters. Which, to give a brief explanation of first-person shooters, basically, it is a video game where
Shadow
you are in the eyes of a character, you have a gun, and just shoot. Concept, right? It's fun. I like these genres.
So are we only talking about FPSs, or can we do third-person shooters too? Is that its own thing?
I can.
Why don't we include that because they're a little similar.
Yeah.
So shooters in general.
Yeah, I can also. I can add that. Continue.
Okay.
TPS.
No, I don't want to. Yeah.
What was there? You were still explaining it.
Yeah, no, I'm switching it. Third-person shooters is where you are looking from the
okay.
back of someone and still shooting, or I guess overhead.
Third person is like cameras back here.
So you got your camera, right? First person is like this.
And second person is when it's multiplayer.
Third person's like this, and second person. I don't think there's a second
I don't
person.
think second person's actually.
I don't think so. I was trying to think of an example. I was like, no, I don't think there is.
No.
Second person is when you hand another controller.
We did
Eighth
that joke
person
already.
is when you bust out the. I don't know.
I think I kind of want to start this one because I've experienced both first and third person shooters, and from my experience, the first person shooters are pretty dang clean. Like I played a lot of Left 4 Dead 2, a lot of Left 4 Dead normally. I played a little bit of Halo, and those are all really fun. My only complaint with those is that they are extremely susceptible to being competitive. Like Call of Duty, that is an extremely competitive game. Whereas Left 4 Dead 2, not really competitive. It's more of just a bunch of zombies come at you and you shoot them all and they're dead.
There we go.
But Call of Duty, Black Ops,
the same game.
same game pretty much.
You can't name another
Not
Call of Duty
pretty much.
game.
It is the same game.
It is. Well, it's called because it's Call of Duty Black Ops. I forget what the other Battlefield. Yeah, it's the
Yes.
Battlefield.
Yes.
See, I've only played Halo and I wouldn't really call Halo 2 competitive. Question mark.
At the time, I think it was
not
competitive at the
anymore,
time.
but it
no,
was.
it's not as big, but
Like,
Halo's not as big as it was.
Halo was kind of before esports were super huge, but for its time, it was definitely competitive.
Yeah. So those
I don't.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about like Red versus Blue?
Yes. I've heard.
Isn't that like a competitive thing? I've seen it on Netflix. I'm not entirely sure what that is.
Oh, that
but I know
is Rooster Teeth. Right.
So that's not. Well, I think so. Is it? Are they like?
I think it's just
playing
like a comedy.
competitive Halo?
No,
or-
it's just like a comedy
Oh, it's
strip.
comedy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. I really.
Yeah. So our
it's
top expert
competitive.
at first-person shooters over here.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not. No. Get out of
That's
here.
the joke.
Pass it to me.
Third-person shooters. Fortnite.
There's a lot of them.
Are there? I can't really think of too many.
Wait. Are we talking
Platoon.
about like? Can they be like single player games, or do they have to be?
They can be both.
Both, right? I
All right, Uncharted, Last of Us.
Walking Dead.
Overwatch.
This is,
Wait, no,
Overwatch
Overwatch
is
is first person.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I was thinking it was third person.
What?
Platoon.
what other games?
World
have I played
of
recently?
Warcraft isn't a shooter.
Oh, Gears of War.
Gears of War was a good one. God of War.
Duck game.
God of War.
I don't think that's a shooter though.
Yeah, that's more of a hack and
God
slash.
of War is not a shooter.
That's
Yeah.
a hack and slash.
No.
I'm just thinking of third-person games, period. Hey,
Oh,
Tyler's
third
here.
Oh, hey!
Oh, we have a Tyler.
Tyler, welcome to our
Wait.
first segment. Why don't you tell them what our segment is?
Well, see, our first segment is actually
I meant-
Oh, Tyler.
you know that one thing.
Tyler, I think we've got some bad news for you.
What?
Your chair has replaced you on the live stream.
Yeah, we
I
hired him.
know it. I believe it.
know.
Yeah. He had a good resume. We were really feeling he was going to bring a lot to the group.
Yeah, he's a 6-star Navy SEAL.
Yeah, he's a big guy. So,
How much can he lift?
oh, dude, probably a lot. Probably
Yeah, a
bench
couple of
press.
boats.
Yeah, right.
I mean, at least 250.
So yeah, welcome, Tyler.
Hey,
Talking about
sorry
our.
for
I'd
being
ask
a
you
bit
how your
late.
movie was, but we're in the middle of a
Movies are-
podcast.
Movies are never nearly fast, and my
Nope.
parents just kept pushing the movie off, and I was like,
Pushing the pause button. You know what really interests me? I wonder what's going to happen to that man. What
Oh, I thought you went to the movie theater.
Let us
I did
pause
go to
it.
movie theaters.
Oh yeah, so they like pushed the time you were going.
Yeah, they kept pushing
Okay.
it back. I'm like,
That's what I thought you meant, but then he brought up pausing that.
yeah.
Alright,
If
gotcha.
they pushed it back any farther, I wouldn't have gone. I'm like,
Wait, so what? I forgot our topic.
First-person shooters and third-person shooters. What are your opinions?
Oh yeah, that's our genre of the week.
Tyler, you played a fair bit of those kinds of games. Give us your opinion.
Start us off.
You kind of already said it.
sorry, I'm kind of out of the mood.
No, you're chill, man. You're hype.
But yeah, so I personally I have a love-hate relationship for first-person shooters.
And third.
Could say that they're.
No, just a hate relationship with
You
third.
could say that they're hit and miss.
That's true.
Ah,
They're pretty much all hit, and just the concept of it. But like, I've played a lot of first-person shooters, and I actually get really addicted to them really fast. The main issue is that they're addictive. I love playing them. I think they're really fun, really skill-based. Usually the skill is something that you have to learn and you pretty much have forever. It's not something that like, oh, well, I gotta learn this new game. No, you pretty much have the shooting. The shooting is what you need to learn.
Oh no, Halo 2 came out after Halo 1. I'm gonna have to relearn all the controls.
Yeah. So
Although Halo controls are dumb.
They're really dumb.
Yeah. It's just, I like them so much that I get addicted to them that I hate them.
I feel you.
Like I can't play first person shooters too much because I will get addicted. That's why I didn't play Overwatch.
That's
I play it like maybe once a week, twice a week. Because if I played it every day, I would not have stopped. I would be playing it now and still playing.
Would have turned into a Stardew Valley.
it would have been Ryan.
Sorry.
Well, no, except it's continuous.
Is Ryan?
It would have been like Ryan, but better.
Is Ryan still playing a lot of that?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I bet he's playing right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Open
he
Discord.
I can't. I have to keep an eye on the screen.
Oh, here, I'll look. Here, one sec.
But yeah, in
Yep, he's on right now.
Figures.
I know this is about first-person shooters, but I'm gonna like compare them to first and third person.
Yeah, we're talking about
It's
both.
kind of
We're
fun.
good.
We're just talking about shooters in
But
general.
yeah, so like, I really like first-person shooters. I feel it's quite realistic. You know, you're looking down the gun. It's kind of the same. You get a little zoom factor when you look in the scope. But third person, I'm not a big fan of. I still like them, but for me personally, it's harder. Only in the ways of the fact that you're like, okay, I was ducking behind this thing, and I see above it. Why am I shooting it? It's because you're in third person. Like, I'm sure it's just something you get used to, but I don't like not having a scope. I know that you get the crosshairs and like you use that. It's practically the same thing. It doesn't feel right.
Right.
So I personally like first person shooters, but the running and jumping around, I love that in shooters. It's just just outsmarting or predicting what your opponents are gonna do is quite fun.
I don't think I have enough experience with third-person shooters to really give a solid opinion on them. Because, like, I'm trying to think of one that I actually played, and the only one that really comes to mind was Just Cause.
Have you played Splatoon?
I have.
Splatoon?
There you go. Yep.
Splatoon was fun, but I don't know. It's like
We
Splatoon
played
is
that
less-
1v1.
Yeah,
we weren't like online, so he didn't get the full
yeah, I didn't
experience.
get the full Splatoon
okay.
experience.
The
So
fun part
you
is
played online and just got destroyed because that's
no.
how shooters work.
He played 1v1 with me. The
Yeah.
fun is going online 4v4. You got a team that's equally as bad as you. 'Cause
And then you all
won.
lose, but have fun together.
Yes.
That's what Fortnite is. You go in, you lose, and you
lose
try
together.
your best to have fun
Yeah.
Yeah, but Splatoon's well developed.
because you know
Except
you're
you
not
can-
gonna win.
Except you can be bad at Splatoon and win because like even if you're not getting kills left and right, you can still paint the field more than the other person. It's just kind of fun.
True.
Sure.
It's very, very
Isn't that
true.
the goal?
It depends on the game mode.
But if you're that's true. There are different modes too.
There's
Kinda
territory and there's team battle, deathmatch. Probably call it
Yeah.
something else, but I don't think a Nintendo game would call it deathmatch.
Just the
probably,
normal
like,
mode is pretty much.
elimination.
Yeah,
There
probably.
is a death match. I think it's. I mean, you can always kill the other players, but or splat them. But
So
'em?
stupid.
yeah, it says you got splatted when you get shot.
Oh, wait, does it
But,
actually say splatted?
Yes, you were splatted by, and then it'll say the player's name. But
RoboCopter
it-
69.
You were splatted by.
yeah, but like the goal in the normal mode is always to paint the field. But there's other modes too. There's like King of the Hill. There's like a zombies equivalent with like fish dudes.
I love that show.
There's a couple others I don't really play.
Right. I don't know.
Just like the base mode.
But like I was saying, like that's an
Sorry.
example of a third-person game, and it's not exactly competitive. I don't know how competitive third-person games can actually be. Fortnite being an exception, of course. That's
I
a
was
pretty
gonna
competitive
say, like,
game.
look at Fortnite.
I think third-person games are better at storytelling, and
Yes.
first-person are better at
Gameplay.
competitive.
Yeah, just like
you know?
fighting.
Multiplayer.
I agree with that actually wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I know that
You can do it.
shit, Grand Theft Auto 5.
There we go.
We play that. I mean, I've played that quite a bit, and it's fun. I don't mind the third person because I'm not really shooting much. It has a lot to do with actually playing the game over necessarily just shooting.
Yeah.
That's true.
Running around, running your friends
Yeah.
over
At
in
the speed of
cars,
sound.
getting strippers.
Only the greatest.
It also being first person kind of disconnects you from your actual player
Yeah.
because like you can't see their whole body and like the stupid movement they do when you try to slide over a car.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know in like you can do that in quite a few games, but like in third person you're like, oh wow, that's nice.
Which is, I think, a testament to Skyrim, because you can play that third and first person, but that's not exactly competitive.
Yeah.
But I think that
Yeah.
that gives you the option of you can play this more first person, like, ooh, I'm going to be stealthy and kind of do this kind of stuff, where third person is just smack the shit out of everyone.
I
It's
do
great.
like the option of choosing, kind of like most racing games, pretty much besides Mario Kart. You can switch between first person, third person.
Yeah.
But even like the arcade Mario Karts let you do that, and it's kind of a neat option that I wish shooters had.
I don't like the first person in Mario Kart.
Oh well, I don't either, but I'm just saying I like that it's an option.
I think for racing it's a tad bit different because like with racing you want to see your car because you want to know if you're gonna like
Get perspective on where you're at.
it's not
True,
so much of
yeah.
a thing in Mario Kart,
Mhm.
but you want to see to the sides of you and behind you if possible.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't really do that much in Mario Kart.
I
if
meant-
you look back, but
I just meant more so. I appreciate having the option of.
yeah, having the option
But
is just nice. I agree.
I understand that with the shooter, that's probably much more difficult to switch between, and like
Yeah.
there's probably some like really. I don't know exactly what, but I'm sure there's something that makes that difficult, and
Well,
there's a reason that's
like-
not common.
Likely the reasoning is because like competitively one will end up being better than the other and people wouldn't switch anyways.
Right.
Mhm.
So like in Black Ops, if you had the option, everybody would be doing first person shooter anyways because third person, or if there's like a toggle, it would make the game really skill based to where you have to like quickly toggle to like check corners without risking yourself
Right.
and then switch
Mhm.
back. It would be a mess.
Okay, I could see that.
Also, third
Mechanically.
person is kind of worse for competitive. Like another reason is because your character model, it's either on like you aim and you're like viewing like over here, so you go like that with your camera
Yeah.
and like zooming in, or you're over here, and it's just the third person is very distracting.
Yeah.
And the first person, you're literally getting like a direct view. You're not like getting like your vision is not getting obstructed by like this
Yeah.
character that is like it's big and it's in like the center of your screen, so it's like
Mhm.
you have to look around here, and in
That
first
is-
person you can just
That is
look
also
everywhere.
a good point. With
Actually,
the,
your
Well-
gun's kind of right here, but
Yeah.
with the guy blocking you. I
Another
didn't consider
thing
that.
with that is the problem with first person is you can't see your character. So if you think that you're hidden behind a wall and then you see your death recap, and it's like, wow, the
You're
wall
Like,
was
this is the
here.
wall and this is your gun.
My entire body.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no.
and
That's
you just get
Feel that.
destroyed. It would just be hard mechanically. So they have to decide based off of what casual players want more.
Mhm. Or competitive. Some companies
Well-
like to focus on the competitive nature, which is not really good, in my opinion.
For them, it's not like for it. A lot of times, focusing on competitive aspects of it isn't great. You want to look at the majority over the 1% of people.
Yeah, playing the game.
I think it's better. I think it's better if you just focus on like the fact that everybody like has to enjoy the game in order to have competitive be
Right? Or else no one will
like
watch the competitive play.
a factor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the main flaws that I have with League.
With
is
the
that-
video games.
Is that like some champions they will severely nerf to the point to where they're unusable unless if you're a pro.
Aatrox.
Rise.
No, not Aatrox. It's
Aatrox was never
Rise and
good.
Rise, Callista, and kind of Lucian. It's just
What
like,
do you mean Aatrox? I think Aatrox is unusable.
yeah, Aatrox is unusable and it has nothing to do with the.
Yeah, he hasn't really been nerfed. He just always sucked.
He's just bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
thought
talking
you were,
about
like,
like switching to competitive.
Yeah, I thought you were
Yeah.
implying that Aatrox was good.
I mean, no. No, he's not.
But I mean Aatrox, and I've won one game as
I have a 60% win rate in Bronze
What are
5!
you, Night Blue?
Full crit, 1 AP, 1
Night
shot.
Blue? Full crit 80 jungle Aatrox.
But
I actually play
One shots Raptors.
full attack speed AP.
dude, did you
I go
see how
mid lane,
fast they cleared those Raptors, dude? So
but it only works against the other Aatrox mid lane that builds AD.
After my 100th game.
Oh my gosh. Finally got a gameplay where the enemy team locked in Teemo support and builds movement speed.
Ooh.
So back to shooters.
What do you mean? There's guns in that game.
Yeah. Have you
Oh,
never
you got
played
me, dude. Caitlyn is my
Caitlyn,
favorite shooter.
Misfortune, Gangplank.
Twitch?
Tw-
Almost all the
Trinamere.
ADCs.
Trinamere's a gun.
that is incorrect.
He's got one gun.
Lux with the skin.
No, I was making a because his
If you
one
count
arm is a
skins,
gun.
you could say like 90% of the champions.
Yeah.
Tom Kench.
Yeah,
Right,
Tom.
he's
Oh, he
got a
does. He has
machine
those
gun on
minigun
the one
guns,
skin, yeah.
Um,
Minigun.
hmm.
Can I go back to shooters?
Yeah,
yet,
sure,
or
yeah.
do you
Knock yourself
want-
out.
Okay, just making sure.
Totes.
Do what you need.
I like shooters the less focused they are on shooting. When they're really realistic and like down to a T, I'm like I'm gonna go back to COD and probably Battlefield too. Yeah, I would because what I've played, I'm bad at shooters. I'm bad at aiming and I'm just bad in general. And those games are very like heavy realism, like one shot you die, everyone knows what they're doing and I don't. But games that like have other stuff going on, I think are fun. Overwatch, Splatoon, GTA, I guess that's a shooter. I like Halo because you can do other things in all those.
Right.
Like Halo, I can get in a vehicle and I'm still having a good
Ram everyone
time.
down.
Because at least I can be in my tank or my Banshee plane and whatever else, and I can just dick around on that.
Exactly.
I don't actually have to be good at shooting. I can go up with my gravity hammer. But like
Your energy
in
so
COD, if you're
Kiri-
bad at shooting, like, there's
Kirito it up
nothing.
in here.
Yeah.
It's a fun
In gun game, and only uses melee weapons.
Yeah. If I was better, I would probably not feel that way as much, but because I'm bad, I'd rather just dick around and do other things
Bless you,
than
Parker.
just losing at shooting.
Then why you play Fortnite?
Fortnite's another one you can build.
Ah, you know what? Yeah, you can go, I guess.
There's you build and destroy things.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess there is. other
Fortnite's
games.
probably one of the most skill-based shooters I've
Well, that's why I lose, because I sit in my tiny hut and come in second.
you know it.
I mean, if it works, Markiplier did
There was
that.
this one game I sat in this like hut I made for like How long do you guys think it was? You were in the call.
It was at least 7 minutes, which is a long time.
It was a long time. I landed and I stayed in this hut with the 3 guns I found the whole game because the center went into me. And then the second this guy opens the door, I died, and I came in second.
How did you not hit him?
Well, I shot him, but he just shot me faster. Like, my shotgun hit him. Yeah, but he had like a rocket launcher and blew me up.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't even know those were in the game.
That's
Yeah.
kind of why you don't hide in huts.
Yeah, I didn't get any better weapons.
Mhm.
You didn't have any shields either. Probably not full health.
This shows you how good I am at
You're
shooters.
so good at shooting.
But hey, I took that second place
You know,
like a king.
Markiplier did the same thing. He
Yeah?
was just sitting in there. Originally, when the game started, he threw down some mines and he's ready to blow it up when someone came in. No one came in the house, the whole thing. And then it was just
Yeah.
him and one other dude.
That's fucking.
And then he got second place because he didn't have any weapons.
Did he have to move
Oh, I
because of
thought
the
you were gonna
storm?
say that he blew up the first place person.
No, he just didn't have any other guns.
Yeah,
And then
It's one of those things. It's
Got
like,
it.
oh well, I got some good guns, and then you can hunker down. But if you don't have anything good, you're just gonna lose.
Alright.
I was proud of myself. I got roughly 4 kills in total today, which is like 2 times the amount I've gotten total. Oh, God.
Sure.
Why is Fortnite so hard?
Because it's a shooter.
Yeah.
Go in single player. All the guys suck in single player. That's how I got all my kills.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's the case with every game. Like, I love playing poke in tournament. Single player, where I can win. I like playing,
Kind of like Mario Kart.
I like playing like
Perfect
Rainbow
spot.
Six Siege when I play Terrorist Hunt because it's not as hard. But
Well, no, I mean, I'm just talking like when it's one like
oh, just purely single player.
not in single player, but like you're versing solo people instead of teams
Oh,
of people.
so like
No
solo
offense,
duo
but-
versus
yeah.
flex.
No offense, but having 2 bad people does not make the chances any better.
I mean,
It makes the
I don't know,
chances of
dude.
you versing a team with at least 1 good player much higher.
But what it does mean is you can all hide in different huts
True.
and then lose separately.
You're right. How'd you do?
dude, these things are.
So, do you guys have any more like thoughts on shooters?
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Make better,
For the
more
majority.
unique ones.
Yeah. So let's shoot.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I like it when they're gimmicky, but like a lot of them are the same, even with the gimmicks.
Don't need to follow the crowd.
Yeah. So
You don't have to do the same damn thing every
I
time.
like Overwatch. That one was pretty
Oh
different.
yeah, Overwatch is one of the more
But-
unique ones.
My problem with Overwatch is that it feels like every character has a different crutch, so you don't actually have to know how to aim. Like they all have like explosives or like 80 shots, or your ult.
In Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah,
Overwatch isn't really a aiming based game.
yeah.
it's
But
positioning.
I
games,
feel
but-
like it is competitive, so I don't
it's
know.
knowing what to do.
Yeah, maybe it's more of a tactics thing.
My problem with Overwatch is
But I do
I
like
feel like
Overwatch.
when we were playing, there wasn't like enough characters and there weren't enough maps, so I felt like I was doing
Yeah,
the same thing over and
You
over.
kept
and over.
playing
Yeah.
like
Really only
the
3 more
exact same
characters
thing.
than there were, though.
True.
Well,
And there's a lot
still
more
is.
characters, but like we were playing
3 more. That's what I'm saying.
A
Like, that's
year
not a lot.
and a half ago.
But yeah.
Alright.
There are more maps. I do like the
The
there's more
map,
maps.
like the fact that it's pretty much it was the same thing. You did the same thing over and over again, and it's like
Mhm.
based off of the metas, you
Yeah.
would pretty much have to pick the same characters, and so every game you just
Mhm.
swap between 2 teams, whether you're defense or offense.
What
And you
I
just change, or you just pick Pharah for every single game and win anyways.
what I what I love about Overwatch though, and because this is kind of like the opposite of my criticism for like most shooters, I love that there's different. I love that there's different characters. They'll have different abilities, and that's something that like changes it. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
when you're all just like a normal dude and you pick up what's on the map, then a lot of the time you end up kind of like the same sort of
It's
fights.
like, oh, I found
yeah.
another shotgun.
Yeah,
It's just,
I do like
it's
that.
one of
There's
those things that it's like, oh well, in the other games it's more of a skill-based fight, whereas the other one it's like, well, you can choose your fights.
Yeah.
And if you go into certain things, you know you're gonna lose. For instance, Junkrat. If you
Yes.
try and fight a Pharaoh, you're fucked. Don't even bother. Just run away.
But I dig games in general that have like really big, I guess, rosters. I was gonna say like character selection, just like a lot of things to choose from, and they're all different.
Yeah.
I too like
so
a big
like
roster.
what?
I too like a big roster.
Yeah, like Pokemon. You know, that's a game with like a ton of characters, and they're different.
There's only
Understand.
802 to choose from.
7 actually. But
Where? Oh yeah, I forgot that they.
yeah, you
added
got the
some.
5 new ones, dude.
Alright, we're done. We're done with first version.
Wait, this is
We gotta move on.
leading
We've
into
been talking
something
about
now.
this for 40 minutes.
But like if Overwatch like doubled their roster without making like half the characters the same, I would be so into that game. Like I'd be playing it all the time.
I agree with
So maybe
that.
Overwatch 2 will be my game. We'll
I'm
see.
not gonna make a second Overwatch.
There's a Diablo 2 and a StarCraft.
Diablo
is
3.
not. Diablo's not a competitive shooter.
But they're
thing is,
Blizzard
there's a
games.
Half-Life 3.
They're Blizzard games. Blizzard only has like 6 games. They might make a
Half-Life 3
sequel
is a
to
fight
it.
game.
Wait, but there's no Half-Life 3 or
Yeah,
Portal
but that's
3.
Valve.
I thought it was Half-Life 4 that they weren't making.
Oh, 3.
They've never
Valve
made a
never
third game.
gets 3.
No, they made a fourth one. They didn't make a third one though.
Can I just blast
No,
my brains out? Or something? Like,
In Half-Life 2, they get to Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and then Episode 2, but they don't go to the third one.
Nice.
Gotcha. So, Hostmaster Park Daddy, what is our next topic?
let me
here?
tell you, young sir, I want to talk about game
Young.
companies trying to prevent spoilers. Now, this was a thing that happened a couple months back.
Smash 4.
This happened a couple months back. People were like, okay, we have a video game that we just released. You're allowed to put it online, and, you know, we'll be chill with it. You're promoting our game. No big deal. But if you start recording past a certain point, then we're going to have a problem because you're spoiling the game for others so that they won't want to play it because they already know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah, so
This
they're
is when it gets,
censoring videos because they're spoiling the game for everyone else.
Can I go first?
Yeah, knock yourself out, man.
I feel like there's a real thin line for this. I don't know about for you guys, but for me, this applies, and this makes it tricky. There's a certain amount I want to know about a game before I buy it. Like, I want to be kind of educated. But I also agree with, like, I don't want to see the whole game. So, like, there's, like, a difference between, like, spoilers and, like, knowing about the game. So, and I feel like that line is just kind of iffy.
I agree to a point about that. It's just one of those things, like, where recording, it's easier to deal with. Whereas, I'm going to give an example of Pokemon.
Okay.
When Sun and Moon came out,
I overkilled that.
I tried to go in blind to the best of my ability.
It's hard.
I did a pretty good job, but I had to literally avoid all social media that had Pokemon
For
in it
9 months.
I
whatsoever.
do that with TV shows. I try to avoid Instagram because of spoilers every time. man.
The problem is, see, that's just what I was saying, though. I had to avoid social media. I didn't have to avoid videos, because want to know what videos are? You get a little link that's like, new Pokemon starter, and there'll be like a black circle with a question mark. Social media, it's just, bam, there it is.
It's always like a 1 minute
Video.
clip that
And
reveals
it's
like 6
ruined.
Pokemon.
Yeah, so it's like,
Or a new mechanic.
in social media is the issue. It's not videos, because when people get the choice to see videos, but when they're scrolling through Facebook, nothing's gonna stop them from seeing the 3 starters in a picture just right there.
Well,
Bam.
I think the
Yeah,
bigger
because
issue
there's
that I think the bigger issue they're having is that people are like making full gameplays of it. So like I'm gonna make a let's play of The Witcher 3, and I'm just gonna play through the whole game. Now everyone's seen the whole storyline, and there's no reason for them to play it.
But
I mean,
see, because that's a video, okay, I feel like a lot of videos for like new content like that, they have really clickbaity what's the word? Thumbnails?
Yeah.
Right? Really clickbaity thumbnails that often like don't actually show anything. Whereas like Tyler said, if you're scrolling down and like a video or an image is just there, it's not clickbaity. It's just there.
But the thing is,
And
they've already got
you
a
can-
following. They've already
but
got a
you
following
can
of people
choose-
watching their videos anyways.
You can choose not to watch the video with the clickbaity thumbnail if the title's like clearly a spoiler,
But-
whereas like if you just see an image of a new game, like a screenshot, you can't avoid that, right?
But what happens when you're one YouTuber that is the only person you watch,
Mm-hmm.
only uploads that game for like a couple of months? It's like, well, I want to watch them because
Well,
it's
there you go.
entertaining, but I don't want to spoil the game.
Well,
I'm going to watch
but
them
see-
anyways because it's entertaining.
But see, that's your choice. You're choosing to watch them.
I don't.
Yeah, see,
I don't know. I disagree.
I started. I was in a phase where I would always watch the Game Grumps. They were like the YouTuber of like the half a year for me.
Yeah.
I would just I watch their videos and I watch
still
like
watch
every
them.
single video. I generally swap between YouTubers and just watch like all their videos. But I clicked on Undertale, and after the first video, I'm like, I'm not watching any more of this. I'm actually gonna buy this game and play it. I didn't watch any of the videos until I beat the game. I think that's saying something, because
Smart move.
if you don't want spoilers,
Yeah.
you're not gonna watch the video.
Yeah.
Because I could tell that was gonna be a good game.
I don't think
and
everyone's
just
got
from
the
first-
same amount of restraint as you.
My
Like,
man
you've got some
Tyler
restraint.
gets it.
He's
Can I
got
get a
some.
high five?
Here's the thing, though.
I have-
Tyler's got some serious restraint. 'Cause-
I have no restraint.
I did the same thing he did though with Undertale. I watched that same first video and they're like, "No, you should play this first." And I was like, "All right." Went and played it and then went back and watched it.
I could see them. Yeah, I could see them making that like a rule, maybe at the very least, instead of just like
Maybe disclaimer.
no copyright claim. Like you have to say, hey, you should probably watch this game before or
play this game before you watch
yeah.
it. I could see that. But what the companies are doing is they're just straight up taking down the video.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It's kind of bullshit.
I don't know about that. That's
Yeah.
kind of dumb.
Because I know Nintendo was doing that for a while, but it had nothing to do with spoilers. It was just they're literally flagging all games because they didn't want their stuff shown. They're like,
Nintendo was.
this is our game.
No.
Nintendo was
Yeah,
also
they did
doing
the same
something
thing
a
with-
little weird as well.
With ROMs, they just
Nintendo
kind of
was
shut
like-
down all the ROMs. I don't know why.
It
And
wasn't
they're
wrong.
still there though. Like it was just for like a weird period.
They
You know what I'm
just-
talking about?
It was just them trying to like stop people from not buying their stuff.
Yeah.
No, Nintendo was just like, why should they be making money on our game that we put our effort into
Right.
Mhm.
over us making money?
But they realized
I understand new
that's stupid.
games, but like when it's like Pokemon Fire
Yeah,
Red,
it's just like
10
Nintendo
years old.
64 stuff.
yeah, no one's buying this new anymore. You're not making a profit. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Even when it was like an altered game too, like it was they just used like
It was like a 1-year period where they literally were just taking things down.
yeah, like
Yeah.
2015.
They just
I
But
think
did
like
not
now
want the
they're
content.
still there.
A lot of Nintendo tubers were struggling during that because they weren't letting anything go through.
Didn't they have like the Nintendo like apprenticeship program or something? Or now they're-
What was that?
But they get like half the money,
Yeah.
and Nintendo gets half the money.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
what it is right now.
Except
is
if you
have to
post
do that.
anything other than Nintendo, you're off the program.
No, I don't think that's true.
Thought it was something like that.
No, I don't think so.
don't know
Please
the
check me on that because I'm pretty sure it was something like that. On their
I mean,
YouTube.
There's probably some sort of like maybe a certain amount of their videos has to be that or
a certain
like,
amount of videos has to be
something like
Nintendo or something. I can't remember exactly the rules,
It
but
might be a
it's something.
certain
But
amount.
yeah.
Because I know I watched this one channel. It's.
I can't remember
like,
exactly how
way.
it is, but it's
I
that happened a long time ago, and everyone had a big
Mhm.
fuss over it.
yeah.
Maybe.
I understand the logic in like not wanting other people to profit off your games, but I don't know, that's a little extreme to me. I feel like there could be a better solution. I just don't know what.
It's,
Do you have
it's
any
tough.
ideas, guys? Maybe like a 10%?
I
Is that a
don't
50?
I don't think they should do it at all.
Not at all. Okay.
Shit.
I can
Um,
understand where Nintendo is coming from, but
Yeah.
like at the same time, these people are advertising their game too on YouTube.
Yeah, and they
Mhm.
had to work up to actually get to the point to where they are. So it's just like I bought Undertale because somebody made a video on it. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise.
Yeah.
Undertale and Cuphead
Free
are games that they are
advertising.
now because of YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Without YouTube, I guess Nintendo, kind of how they're viewing it is they're gonna get all the shit no matter what. But like, a video's not gonna stop people from buying it.
Right.
There's only few games that I would say, and even a few people necessarily in the few games. It's like, if you watched Undertale, I could kind of see not wanting to necessarily go through it.
Right, because it's a
But-
lot of story based.
But even then, like, you still end up buying it, and you might start and not finish it, but you still gave your money to them. Like,
Sure.
it doesn't matter anymore.
It really doesn't. I don't know. I don't think they should take down the videos. I think that's going a little overboard. But maybe send them a
Yeah.
message like,
Yeah.
"Hey, could you put like a warning? This contains spoilers for the game." Blah.
Or actually, I kind of thought of something that they could do.
Let's hear it.
They could have like a pay this much money to videos on something.
Hmm.
So, for instance, say I wanted to make, I'm just gonna say Fortnite. I want to make Fortnite videos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you pay them said amount of money, and you get free rights to Fortnite. Period.
Okay.
I
So
can see
you
that.
You can make hundreds of episodes, or you can make one. It's all up to how you use it once you pay for it.
But see, the first problem I see with that is maybe I like the concept, but if you're only gonna you want to do like one video on something, I feel like that discourages you from
Well,
doing
yeah,
it.
and that's
And
kind of the thing, though. They don't want you to make
in
single
contrast,
videos.
yeah, but I feel like that would force the content creators to like to do games for like a long time for it to be worth their money instead of doing
necessarily,
like a
'cause
lot of things.
A lot
once.
of higher end people, say it was like $100. A lot of people make that in
Mhm.
one video.
But a lot
So-
don't.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the lower people don't have to. I mean, in terms of an actual business like thing, while
Mhm.
still being reasonable, you want to make money, and they're gonna do some shit to make money. But for it to actually be reasonable, like, I think it should be just one-time payment. Because what they're doing is whatever money you do make, cut it in half. Period. Ever.
Mhm.
You're never gonna make more than half of what you would normally make. Because that's essentially what it's doing. So big YouTubers, they say they make $2,000 a video. They are getting $1,000 per video. They're losing half their money. Could you imagine doing your job right now, except cut your wage in half?
So are you just saying that they would be buying the copyright claims or something? Like
Yeah,
getting the
kind
rights
of.
to it? Because
Yeah,
that would be
basically.
kind of expensive. Normally.
Well, not necessarily, because
Mhm.
they
they could make it expensive, but then nobody would want to do it.
But I think what they're doing is they're trying to like restrict who they're allowing to post the videos. Because like if they see, oh, this person has this kind of content, this kind of content, this kind of content, we don't want our
Yeah.
business to be related to content of this type.
Well,
It's the situation
more
PewDiePie
so-
had.
yeah,
Yeah.
more so. Just the issue is the fact that they want money, and so they're like, "We'll let you
earbud.
use your content. We'll let you use our stuff as long as you only play these games."
Right.
That's kind of the situation that the one YouTuber I watch has.
Yeah.
At least that's what it seems like. I know that they actually got a game from Nintendo. They're like, Nintendo's like giving them stuff, but
To play it.
yeah, they
Yeah,
only
yeah, they do that
play those
sometimes.
games. Like,
Oof.
It's
they used to
rough.
play other things. They used to play a lot of other things,
Mhm.
but now they only play Nintendo, and that's kind of what I think is happening.
Hey
Is
guys,
that
welcome to episode
they-
400 of Fortnite.
Yoshi's Island 64.
Yoshi's Island 64. This playthrough, we're only using my left hand.
Yeah, looking in their playlist recently, Kirby Star Allies, Neo Mario Galaxy, Kirby Battle Royale.
Neo Mario Galaxy. What's that?
I don't know,
That sounds like a fan game. That sounds fun.
That's pretty rad.
but it's just only Nintendo stuff.
Hmm.
A
Gotcha.
whole bunch of Mario, Kirby.
That's interesting.
I
More
don't know. I think
Mario,
it's
more
really
Kirby.
lame that people can restrict you like that.
Yes.
You're making the videos. I get that they made the games, but you also paid to get the game.
And you're
so,
advertising.
Yeah.
Maybe just like say they have to put like maybe a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. Like maybe that could work.
Yeah, just like something of the sort.
Because I don't know if giving yourself a bad rep like that is very.
Or like saying,
Good
like,
idea.
hey, you guys should you have to support the game. Like, hey, you guys should buy the game and in each episode or something.
You can
Yeah.
purchase it on Amazon right now.
Yeah,
You
maybe
can
something like that.
download,
That's a solution.
Pokemon Fire Red off of this
episode
illegal
sponsored
website.
I just feel like I don't know. Charging them half is pretty ridiculous. I feel like there should be there should be a compromise of some sorts. Either just like a smaller percent, or maybe just a buy this instead, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, well, we'll see
Any other
we'll
thoughts
see
on
what
that,
they
or-
do. We'll see if they come up with something that is a better compromise for them. But for now,
Well,
we can only sit and
the
wait.
The
It's
thing
not
is,
just Nintendo either.
They're in the best compromise for themselves, not for anybody
Yes.
else.
That's not compromised.
Exactly.
That's called. Anyways, we're done with that. We'll see what they do.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
We'll pick, I was trying. You see,
We might have gone on with that one for a
here's the
while.
thing. I'm trying to segue, and I was like, well, yeah, we'll see what they do. But the thing is, what if they didn't?
Come on,
It doesn't
guys.
make
The
sense.
That's
We
fine.
gotta move on. It's like,
He's
I'm
raging.
trying to make the segues. You guys gotta let me do this.
Segues are for nerds.
But you know what we do gotta do? We gotta talk
Wait, aren't they
about
for mall
games that
cops?
we wish that we had when we were younger. Like,
Ooh, I like this
Ooh.
comment. I like this one.
I love this one because there's so many possibilities. Because there's a lot of games. I need to make a change because I capitalized the
That's a
Wii.
great answer.
I capitalized the W in Wii. Fix that.
Games we.
Wee!
Wii.
I
Yeah, and Evan, please knock this one. Get a home
Oh, I
run
got.
because you got one.
So okay, this is what I thought of this topic, and this kind of inspired me. I was well, for one, like any game, like the newest version, if it was a game I played an older version when I was younger, obviously I'd want to play that when I was younger, right? Like if I played Mario
Yeah.
64, I might want to hand myself Odyssey as an example, but and a Switch with it. But
Just
the one
thinking
game that really got me, I was thinking like I like the idea of Skylanders, but it came out when I was in like middle school. So like if I was like 5 when that came out, that would have been my shit.
Skylanders?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always
Think
wanted
about
to get
that.
into
How
that,
cool
but
would
it's
that
like,
be?
I am a 20-year-old man. I cannot be playing
Yes.
Skylanders.
Exactly. But like if I was younger, it'd be like that'd be the shit.
Like,
Now
it's-
I don't know if they still make
They
that,
do.
but like if it came out when we were
Right.
younger and it was just like kind of a
Not
thing.
nearly as popular anymore.
Oh, not,
Wouldn't
not
that be
even
fun?
close.
Like,
It
I
would
don't
be
know.
fun. It would be.
Yeah, I just said it was a missed opportunity. Now I don't know what the game actually is.
I
I
just
just know
kinda
that
view it,
you'd play as
uh,
the dudes when you put them on the
I just
scanner.
I'm pretty sure the whole entire game was just a money grab.
The game can't be that bad.
At this point,
Spyro
it
the
is.
Dragon.
Originally, it was not.
Really?
Okay.
I thought it was a money grab to begin with.
No, it originally was really good. I played
Yeah,
it once with my brother's friend. Like, he was over, we were playing Skylanders. I was like, you know what? This is fun.
Well, I'm
you know-
not saying.
Oh,
the
you know
game-
what?
I'm not
You know
saying
what
the
it
game's
reminds me
bad.
of? It reminds me of Battle Right. Like the freaking 2v2 or 3v3 MOBA game. It reminds me of that. Because, like, you could upgrade your characters. Like, if you get to this level, you can... There's a lava guy. Instead of you just shooting normal lava, you shoot a lava ball, and it explodes into more lava. And it's like, that's awesome. There's an upgrade system. And I'm
I
just
don't know.
like, if they
I kinda
made this
viewed
more
it as
accessible.
Smash, but you had to buy every character.
Yeah.
What?
I don't mind that because like if I was little, those would just be like my toys, and that'd
Yeah,
be
right?
cool. We could play with them. Yeah,
Except
double use.
I don't know how much they cost, but I don't think they're cheap.
That is true. I don't know how.
They
what I-
They could be like
are-
$20.
They're like $5-10.
I want to check now.
Let's look.
Because
Yeah, you guys look. You're already Googling it. We don't need to all Google it.
$2.
Yeah, we do.
Let's all get different answers.
It's like once it's $2.
$2. That has to be used.
Oh,
I don't believe that.
Okay, this is a
It is
package
used.
of. This is a package of 3 for $30.
I see the
Okay, so they're like $10 each. That's like Amiibo
That's not
price.
too bad.
Yeah, I'd pay that.
Yeah, but there's so
Actually,
many
wait,
of them.
never mind. It's 1.
But you don't. Excuse me. Do you need all of them?
No.
And how many are there? Like,
There's a
100
lot.
maybe?
For everyone you want to play, you have to buy
That's
it.
true.
Because I think with the newer game, like I think there's like the newest one I played, like you could like swap half their body,
Mhm. Well, there's got to be like 5 of them by
and
now, right?
you can
Oh,
Like games.
you can like go back like
Mhm.
in older Skylanders, but you can't use the newer guys on the older games.
So like Pokemon.
sort of. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
my Venusaur
Pokemon
will work in all
cards.
the games, but if I try and bring my who's a new
Vanilla
guy,
Ice.
my
Yeah.
I can't use Beware in my
Can't use
first
your
gen.
Vanilla
Yeah.
Ice in first gen.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
My what in first
Your
gen?
Vanilla Ice. Is that the name of it?
My Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice?
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to think of
I'll
the game.
Black and white.
Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry. The game you would give to yourself.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought you-
like, I can't really think of one because, like, I didn't play a whole lot of games. I just played Pikmin 2 all when I was younger. That's it.
Well, Pikmin
Well,
3
no,
then
no,
easy.
You pick a
But
game
I
that
didn't
you
like Pikmin
would
3.
play now.
Yeah, like what's a game you
Like,
would
you
want
could
now, but
say
you
you
feel
could-
like was just kind of
No.
Like you could say Team Fortress 2 or something like that.
Yeah, Team Fortress 2 was fun, but I don't know if, like,
or maybe a game that you do have that you think you would have liked more if you were younger,
mm,
like Mario Odyssey.
my eyes. I think I would love Terraria,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Still
actually,
do.
I kind of agree with that.
but I feel like if I had it when I was younger, I would be more into it.
How young are we talking?
As young as
Well,
you were.
for it's whatever you want it to be. Skylanders, I'd probably be like, I'd say 5, like kindergarten.
It's gonna sound. It's kind of an iffy thing for me because like, I really wanted Minecraft for a long time, and I actually
Really?
didn't get it. If I could have had it when I was like 8 or younger, like that would have actually been really sweet. Because you know how like Minecraft's like, oh, that's a baby game, you know, like one of those things.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
squeaker game.
Like, it would have lasted and been a lot more fun for longer if I had it when I was younger.
See, I don't know.
Well, for
That's
me, I
probably
know
true.
for sure I would.
That's
I
true
wanted
for
it
you,
really bad when I was young.
dude. I would have fucking. I'm bad at Minecraft now. Like, what's this red stuff?
That's
Why am I
called
on
redstone.
fire?
No!
Where did all my stuff go?
Evan, why did you put sand there? Oh, why did the sand fall to the ground?
How
Because
come
of
when
its
I left
gravity!
Well, to
How
be
come
fair,
when I
I say that
left
too.
Minecraft,
Like
you
now.
hurt?
Hey, who are these Skelly-mans?
I got Minecraft like the day I saw it.
I saw it. I think when did it come out? In like 2009.
I thought it was 7.
I saw it like very, very early on at my friend's house. He was watching a video of it, and I just
Yeah.
did not know what it was.
2000.
But I
I
like
think-
remember it to this day. I remember seeing the video and like asking him about it.
My uncle had it when it was in alpha. I think
Yeah, I remember you were telling us
that's when
about
I
that.
that's when I first saw it, and I'm like, ooh, that looks fun because he made a
Yes.
pyramid, and then I dug like a 5x5 hole just straight in the ground. I'm like,
Legos.
That was a
I'm
really
cool.
beta.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I would like creative mode. That could be fun, but I don't know about. Would you have played survival?
definitely.
Okay.
It wasn't really much of a thing when it first came out, but like if you could like shift when I started to when I was like 8,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it would be. You could do the modern version to when you were 8.
gladly do that.
Yeah.
Like that would be a lot of fun.
What about you, P Daddy? Any games you got in
P
mind?
Dizzle.
Or E Dog?
It's just like
I got one. if
You
that
didn't
is-
hear
have a
it.
childhood though.
Let's hear it again.
No, I had a child.
Let's stare at
I
him
just don't have
scream.
emotions.
I know one was staring
What
at
would
me.
you pick,
screaming
Ian?
at me.
I was thinking Batman Arkham City. I really liked that game when I played it when I was 12-ish. I enjoyed like the story and all that. I feel like if I were to take that game back, it would be something that I could play when I was younger because
Mhm.
it's Batman and you're just beating guys up. Like
That's why I
Like,
didn't
it's-
say Odyssey. I would have
it's not
sucked
hard.
ass at it. I would have sucked so much at it.
I would have been pretty good at
The-
Odyssey.
The thing is, Batman
was
wouldn't be
younger-
that hard. If I were to say like Uncharted, which I would
Mhm.
much rather play when I was younger, I wouldn't play it.
Yeah.
That's the
Gotcha.
thing.
Actually, I got one.
Let's hear it,
I would
Parkster.
have liked to have Hearthstone.
Oh, I could see that.
Like right
Parker
at the
would say
start.
that.
Oh yes.
That way I would have
Yes.
been able to keep
Play-
up to date.
Parker would say Hearthstone.
Because
Did you
I was
play
thinking about it
Hearts- Did you play stuff like that when you were younger?
a little bit.
Like
What
card
do you mean by
games?
stuff by
Like
that?
strategy card games?
I played a little bit of Pokemon. I tried to get into Yu-Gi-Oh. I wasn't into it.
Like how young?
Oh yeah, that's.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, dude. So you were like young enough, like you can't remember,
Yeah.
bro.
No, we're
you
saying
and me
how,
both.
How young before
For
you?
for Hearthstone, I probably would try to get
Oh.
into it when I was like 10.
Okay, I could see that.
Because
Oh, I
I
was
thought you were
asking.
talking like.
no,
16-ish.
I don't think I'd be
I was
able to
like,
process that.
Oh.
yeah, I
My
was
brain
like, a
couldn't handle that mental
strategy card
capacity.
game?
No, like
Sure.
10, like maybe. Because
10.
if I
Yeah,
started
I
game,
could see
You
that.
can process that at like 7 or 8.
I wouldn't be good at it.
No, yeah, you just
Yeah.
suck ass,
But
and you
I
probably
think
just play stuff down.
If I started when the game
Spam
came
A.
out, I would be
Oh.
playing enough that I would have enough of a collection that I'd be super more into it.
Did you guys ever play trading card games when you were younger?
I mean, I had the cards, never played the game.
Yeah,
Shit, bro. I was playing that before I could read.
Really?
I think you
Well,
probably
yeah,
were.
Well, I remember
not
I
playing
would.
it right though.
Well, hold on. Let me explain
that
that.
kind of
The smile creeps on his
Like,
face.
that kind of
Let me
mixes
explain
out
that.
your
So-
reasoning, like entirely.
When I first played, I was playing with my like dad, and he'd be like, "Okay, so this is what this card
yeah,
does."
that's
But-
why. You had
But
somebody
like
telling you.
once I had like first, second grade, I like actually knew how to play. Like, oh, this is an energy card. I equip it to people.
I did that
See,
with
that's
but I
the
don't know.
thing.
It was
is
no
you had
fun.
you had somebody explaining how to
Yeah.
play to you.
Well, no, once I could
um,
actually like read, I got it. But
Well,
like,
yeah, but you had somebody that explained to you, like,
Yeah.
the concept.
Well, that's how you learn.
and
Yeah, well, the thing, a
Mhm.
lot of people don't have stuff explained to them like that.
that
that's
was
That's why I never played Pokemon. I had like thousands of cards, but nobody ever told me how to play, so I just had them.
that's
like,
my
this sounds
problem. That when I was like first to fifth grade, I always like wanted to play, and everyone else had cards, and I'd be like, "Cool, let's play." And then we'd start playing. I'd be like, "Do you know how to play? Where are your prize cards?" And they're like, "What are those?"
And you're like,
I'm like,
I still don't.
and I was
know
like, "Where are your
those
energies? There's no energies in this deck." And like, I swear,
Energies are lame.
nobody knew how to play. So this is my what's a third of? My Venusaur, and it's like, no, you can't play that,
you have to wait.
dude. I remember being like so
I
mad.
got that
wouldn't
issue with
play
Magic
anybody.
now. No one plays it.
No, but like nobody knew how to play was the thing, and I would like try and explain it, and then I'd even like offer a real deck, and they'd be like, "No, my deck's better."
Oh my
I
god.
Imagine
That would
legendary
sugar me. That would sugar me.
Imagine everybody having a Magic deck except nobody playing it. Right?
Nobody had land or something.
I would be so
Yeah.
tilted.
dude. I would be equally
I'd be like,
triggered.
why
That
do
would
you
be the
have no
same
lands in
problem.
this deck?
The same
What's a
problem.
land?
But like Hearthstone has a tutorial, so like that couldn't be that hard. And you were
Plus-
Yeah,
little.
that's kind of why I think that it's a
I
little
feel
better.
Hearthstone.
As long as you could
strategy-
read, I think
Strategy
you could
would
do
be a
it.
tad bit bad.
Yeah.
Well, the
But
other
you
thing
know
is with
what he's
Hearthstone is
doing.
that you don't need to really be able to read because the cards do the things.
That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah, you gotta know how to click things. Like how hard could that
It's like
be?
you put
I
the
could
card
feel
and it's
like-
you
oh,
can memorize
now there's
what,
an arrow.
What picture,
What
what
does the
picture
arrow do?
explodes the whole enemy
Mhm.
team.
Exactly.
you might not be super into it, but I feel like you could play
I feel
it,
like I'd
and you
be
might
getting
like.
into it enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a cool answer.
Yeah.
that'd be interesting. Yeah, I give Hearthstone to like my cousin. Here, play this.
And then they become like a pro god at it, and it's like,
No, they would probably be like,
The pretty guy rolled need for me.
I lose.
That golden common just rolled need.
mind if I roll me?
Cthulhu.
Oh,
Shelters
oh.
us.
Is that what I think it is?
Huh?
You can't play an
Oh.
8-star creature. Come on,
Mind
you
if I roll need?
have to use.
Oh, I do
2
have it. It's over
summoning-
here.
It's got 2 summoning
I
costs.
thought
You
it
can't do
hung
that.
All right. Those are games we wanted. Anyone else have more games they want to talk about?
No, I think we
Adding
all.
other games to the list of back then?
I'm good.
I got one.
Oh, cool.
Let's hear it.
I
Shout
got
out
Plants
M&Ms.
vs Zombies too. Not Plants vs Zombies TW. OTOO.
Oh.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a good game.
Yeah. Although I was playing that
You were playing that when you were young.
pretty like
Yeah,
as
like,
soon
when
as it
did that
came
come
but,
out?
Like
I think
I-
you were like 8 at the oldest.
When are you handing it to yourself?
I don't know.
Could
Earlier?
kindergarten you
Like,
not
early-
wait for to
2009.
fight some zombies with plants?
So yeah, I'd be playing this when I was about 10. But I'd hand it back earlier because that game was amazing.
It was a really good game.
Only beat it.
I'll play it now.
37 times.
Hey, I've
I
only
would
beat
play
it
that.
over
Ian,
30 times.
Ian, me,
I find
me,
it's too much of a
and
grind.
you. Ian, me and you, we gotta get together one day. We gotta beat the game together.
Why am I not
Which
included? I
version?
like Plants vs.
Either of them.
Zombies.
No,
All of
Game of the Year edition. What do you think? We're amateurs.
You know what? You're right. It has to be.
What
All
do you-
right,
do you
Tyler,
think?
we'll get our own squad together. We'll play ourselves. These guys want to exclude us?
Yo, Evan, let's beat Pokemon Uranium together.
Let's do it.
Ian, we got this. High five, bro.
I had to look over,
Oh,
see
my gosh.
where you were.
I had to memorize it.
That's,
I've
great.
kind of
giving so many
memorized
high
where we
fives.
are, roughly.
That's funny. Any
Ian
more?
always trips me up because I have to go this way even though he's to the right of me. Because my thing's flipped.
You know, right now I can't even see Tyler. Like for me, his screen is black.
Really?
Yeah. So it's
Wait.
just like,
Oh, it's just black for you right now?
yeah.
Well, I can see it, so
there's-
that's all that matters.
So it's me, Evan, Tyler, who's just a black screen, and Parker.
Wait, I'm in the bottom left.
Bottom right.
Bottom right. You're at the bottom left of me.
Yeah, I feel like most games I like now, I either like just wouldn't understand when I was little,
Exactly.
or just wouldn't be interested. Like I had the ones that I would be interested, and therefore
I
don't.
didn't have
I guess just maybe Usum.
I
and
didn't
myself.
have any games, and I had all the ones that I was. You know what?
Probably hand Ultra Sun to myself.
I would give myself Emerald
Why
Really?
Emerald?
because it's a game that's not second gen, and I could finally
It would have
advance.
progressed.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you give them Ultra Sun or Moon
Because
or
I
both?
want
Because you have
to
both.
just- I don't mind playing older games like that. I just would had another game that was Pokemon. That was not
More
Silver.
Pokemon, because you need that, Tyler.
Oh no,
I would
but
have played it the
he's saying
same
when he's
amount.
little,
I
yeah.
It's been a different game.
Dude, I would have been like, what kind of Pokemon games are you guys playing? I have this 3DS. Yeah, it's pretty good looking.
I literally was carrying.
Everyone else
around-
has like a Game Boy.
I was
Advance.
carrying around the Game Boy Light, and like, it, I
In,
think
like, high school.
Game Boy Light was already like extinct,
I
like
got you.
many years ahead of the time.
Right.
Like, I think I stopped like officially using it
When it stopped charging.
around middle school. Well, no, I had a charger. I just lost it. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
to it. But
Okay.
like I literally I had the I only started playing more advanced Pokemon games in 9th grade, I believe. Like I went from like 8 years old, if not 6 years old, all the way to 9th grade. So like 14. So
Well,
add a game to that
I'm
list.
gonna cut you off there, Tyler.
Daddy Parker's moving us on.
I'm moving this on. I'm keeping the train moving. We're in motion. And we're gonna talk about difficulty jumps in games,
Ooh.
which I
like this topic.
absolutely hate so much. I hate difficulty jumps. I need them to ease me into it.
Yes.
I want here's how I want the difficulty to go.
Mm.
Start
You want to
really
play
easy.
Kirby and then go right to Dark Souls.
Easy. Starting to get a little tricky. And we're good.
That
Okay.
is
Cool. And then you get to the bonus things. You can be like, okay, then you can kick the shit out of me. I don't care about that. But in
so
the
like
main
post game, it's okay.
post game, if you want to crank up the difficulty, knock yourself out. I'm down for that. Because if I've beaten the main storyline, I'm ready.
You know
Bring
what
it
game
on.
does that? Pokemon.
I disagree.
Yeah, Pokemon has a lot of difficulty spikes throughout the game. If at any point you need to grind, that's basically
Too hard.
difficulty spike.
Yeah. Well, not too hard, but difficulty.
Yeah, it's not like a crazy thing, but for instance, in Mario Odyssey, when you play through the game, it's pretty easy. The game's pretty easy. It's not really hard, and then once you reach the true end of the game, I've already beaten the game technically, but once you reach like what is considered the end of the game, you are faced with the hardest gauntlet of everything possible. It's literally just the hardest shit. I haven't beaten it legitimately.
I got you.
But yeah, it's
Without
just
jumping?
yeah, without jumping.
Well, I mean, if you wanna pull out the Odyssey, I'll pull out the Pikmin too. No, the game's pretty easy.
You already pulled out the Pikmin.
I'll Pikmin out again. You get up
As
until
did
the
I
last
already
area.
pull out the
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is there a game that I bring up every week?
Uncharted.
death.
Possibly.
Last.
No, I think that's just Ian talking
Recently.
about that in call.
Yeah,
Not in the stream though.
Oh no, does he?
maybe I'll start bringing up Plants vs Zombies.
You know, you had brought that
That,
up like
that
half
was
the
a common
streams.
one for a while.
Evan is just like,
I think
There's like
Evan
Everyone's
four
does
gonna
games
bring up
that
Smash
bring
Pokemon
up
and Mario
Mario.
Kart.
yeah.
Smash,
Four.
Mario Kart.
You don't bring up Smash.
Usually I bring up Sonic. What's the other one? Pokemon.
Sonic 06, the best game.
You see?
See, we brought up Sonic again.
Oh,
You like
boy.
took my quote out of my mouth.
Ian, I don't know how you feel about difficulty because, like, you mentioned so many different variety of games that you play that I can't comprehend what your difficulty preference is.
Difficulty
Difficulty
jumps
is
are
$5.
annoying because I want a smooth transition through the game.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up Uncharted again. And like the last 6 chapters of the first game, like added like this zombie and the original Uncharted. They added like this new zombie thing. I'm like,
I was there when
what?
Ian was trying to beat it.
It was like, wait, so I had to turn the difficulty down.
Oh,
Yeah. And then
Cheater.
in Uncharted 2, they added like bullshit ass imagine like the world's buffest man and make him
that's-
purple.
Sounds like
what's the purple
No.
do for?
Dude, I don't know. These guys were so tanky. Like I was like draining bullets into this guy. I reloaded at least 6 times before I killed him with an AK-47.
Did you shoot him in the head?
That didn't work. I threw grenades at him too.
Let's see. So
Yeah, for me in difficulty jumps, it's just kind of like I'm okay with there being like one. You gotta have like the ease, and then they can jump you to the difficulty they want it at. But there should not be jumps after that. I think there one jump, like you get one, have at it.
I think the only jump should be between the time you finish the tutorial and the time you start the game.
Yeah, basically that, or like early on in the game, like first level sort of situation.
I want post game to beat me up and call me daddy.
Another
down
thing I didn't like about Uncharted 3's difficulty jump is just I felt like it went from like, oh, I could like, kind of peek these guys and then get shot, and then to them like instantly rocket launching my head, and I was just like, what?
All right,
That's
Evan.
insane.
Evan's
At
gone
Fortnite.
quiet.
What?
What do you
I
think?
don't know. I was, my ideal difficulty is like where it's like really smooth. I still
jumps.
feel like Pokemon is like there's like very tiny jumps, but like because if those weren't there, it would just be the same difficulty the whole time, and it would be really boring. It's like I never feel like it's unfair. I feel like just by like playing it, it just kind of ups slowly, and it's usually I never notice it.
In some games, there is a difficulty jump, which is usually just bad ideas in Pokemon. Like there's 2 that I can list off for sure. in Pokemon Ruby Sapphire, the second fight with May, the one before Mawile, that is known as like one of the hardest fights in Pokemoning because the jump is so high there in levels that the level jump is just absolutely ridiculous.
Mhm.
And the other one is Ultra Necrozma. That's just something that they force you to fight out of nowhere, and it one-shots all of your guys, outspeeds all of your guys, and is usually at least on par, if not above your guys.
See,
Just
I view
madness.
I view both of those as like boss battles, which I scale differently. I feel like if you're not doing Nuzlocke, those are both beatable. You're just gonna have to kill some guys.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Like
It's just
I've never had
ridiculous.
any trouble with the rival battles in 3rd gen, and then with Ultra Necrozma, I had to kill some guys, but I still beat them. You know, it was relatively easy.
It's one of those things, though. It's just you don't notice it until you're doing something like a Nuzlocke, where you're like, oh wow, you're like, oh, I finally beat her. If you look back at what you've did, you're just ramming your face into them like 3, 4, 5 times, and you're like, if you think about that, that's kind of a big jump when you have to fight them 5 times to beat them.
Yeah.
You don't realize it because you beat them, but that's a lot.
I agree that
jump.
there is kind of a limit. There should be a limit as to like what the jump is and what's reasonable. But usually for bosses, I think there should be at least a tiny bit of jumps
that's kind
so
of
that
the thing. We're not
difficult.
We're not talking about play versus bosses. That's like saying, oh well, the playing Dark Souls is easy if you ignore the bosses.
What are you talking about then? I thought we were talking about
Talking
difficulty
about the whole
in
game
games.
in total.
Yeah,
not,
so okay.
Not parts.
I like that it's a smooth transition and that there's just like little bumps for bosses. I think that's reasonable.
Difficulty curve is jumping.
Well, I don't know.
I think bosses are a different situation because those are intentionally difficult.
You can't have easy bosses because then they're just normal enemies.
The point of the boss is to test your skill, so it's supposed to be like, okay, you're training, you learn all these new stuff. Boom, here's a boss. Try to beat him with all this information. They're not going to be easy. They're going to kick the crap out of you until you're down. Then when you beat them, then you can continue learning your new stuff, and then the next boss does the same thing, but you got to learn how to overcome them.
Yeah.
I think that is.
Yeah, and I really
think
dig
that's
that.
okay. I wasn't even like considering that in my thing because I thought that was just like part of the difficulty. But if there's like a boss that's like all of a sudden, I don't know if I can beat this guy, and it's the second boss in the game, that is where a difficulty jump would be too much.
Yeah, there's definitely an unreasonable level. You can
scale the difficulty level of bosses as well as the game.
Yeah.
Which is, you gotta find the balance in that, you know?
Yeah.
I think it also depends on the game and how hard you want it to be. I think difficulty jumps are a really easy way to make it, but there's a right level to do it. Because at a certain point, it's just kind of unfair.
Just turns into Dark Souls.
I think story games should not really have too many difficulty jumps, and then like other games, it might be a little bit more acceptable to have like small speed bumps.
Yeah, for instance, something that you can bring up is Undertale. When you're playing through the game Pacifist, there aren't really many difficulty jumps. It kind of just progressively gets harder. But when you're playing through the game in Genocide Route, you're not getting story. So you're playing through the game, and then there's going to be super hard boss. Then just kind of meh, and then super hard boss.
I think Undertale's got like all 3 types of difficulty. Pacifist, where just like
it does.
Neutral, which is like
yeah,
and then you got Genocide. It's got them all.
So
it's got variety, which is good. Variety is good in the game.
I like the.
As long as you're not looking forward or trying to learn something, like if you were trying to like play a game where a story's going on in the background. You're like, but I want to know what happens, but I can't beat this boss. So now I'm just screwed.
That's why you get filled with determination to beat the boss.
No, that's when you get filled with determination to turn your computer off.
So that's like the story of Tyler's life. There was a solid month. No,
a solid month was.
Oh my god, when I beat that.
he would like share screen with us on Discord, and we just
I don't know if you got stuck at Spider Bitch.
I got
for that too. Yeah,
That was the first time though. Like
Muppet.
that was the first like
Muppet.
reasonably difficult fight that I had to
That is
ever
Muppet,
really do.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That game was very balanced, though, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it was pretty.
See,
balanced.
I might agree to disagree. I think the 2 modes are fine, but
Genocide.
Genocide.
thank you, genocide. Yeah. Now I understand it's hard on purpose, and a lot of that is like a surprise factor.
Yeah.
But
Get murdered.
if it wasn't for plot purposes, that is the kind of curve I would strongly dislike, where it's just, oh, this is really easy, and then just no, like I said, I want bosses.
Beams and shoot bones out of his eyes.
Yeah, I want bosses to be more difficult than normal enemies, and if they like led up to Sans a little bit more, I would have been into that.
Yeah.
But like they didn't. It was just kind of like a couple of just huge jumps, whereas the normal enemies are just click.
That's why it took me like, I think it was like half a year to beat it, because I couldn't motivate myself to play the game for more than like
you're
an
back.
hour.
Did you get stuck on Undyne?
What?
Did you get stuck on
No,
Undyne?
eating is right.
In Genocide?
Yeah.
In Genocide, I struggled, but I didn't really get stuck.
Okay.
It was probably like a total of 2 hours to do it, which that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's just taking some tries at it.
Yeah. That's fair.
But yeah. I don't know. I don't mind difficulty jumps, but I don't want
I want
either. There's 2 things I don't mind. I don't mind having a couple jumps. I don't want a lot of jumps, or I don't want huge jumps. Can take like 2 or 3 medium-sized jumps, but like
a little bit bigger than a speed bump.
Yeah, anything that's like
A Michigan pothole.
Yeah, Michigan pothole.
That's
That's when
Yeah, but that's not a difficulty jump. That's a
huge.
That's a difficulty drop. So like an inverted,
it gives you a full sense of
pothole.
Lifts
security.
your
in it.
computer and drops it.
your car drops a full 2 feet and then it goes back up.
I feel like games with like flat difficulty too are really boring. I'm gonna point at Kirby.
Yeah.
And I enjoy Kirby games because they're not hard and they're relaxing, but their difficulty curve is like a straight line because it really
Straight
doesn't
line
get
down.
much harder.
I don't agree. Kirby,
The bosses
new
aren't
Kirby games,
particularly,
like,
not even.
not even really, but
I don't
You
know.
can't lose.
Some of
They put lives in, so you have to
I
actively
completed this
try
game
to lose all your lives.
losing about 2 lives.
point exactly. And how many did you have? 40?
116.
See?
You're throwing lives. You have to literally try to lose all your
Yes.
lives. I don't even know what happens when you do.
I
They'll
know what
probably
happens
put-
when you lose. At least
Is
in the newer games, or not. I'm not doing it. The Kirby Superstar Ultra. Like you fall asleep on the moon and like the hand comes. It can either take
That's
the
a
hat off
hard one.
or then to wake you up and keep you going.
So what it does is it makes you restart the level over.
It does.
Oh my god, the worst.
I know, right?
Hey man, sometimes that could be pretty frustrating when I was like 5. Yeah, but I am of the understanding that Kirby is a little kid's game. I get that, and I don't mind it. It's
Man, look at his
relaxing. And
face. Does this look like the face of Innocent Steel?
it's cute,
Actually, you should-
and it's
That's kind of
it's
something.
fun.
Yeah, that's kind of
But, like-
something funny that Parker brought that up.
Hmm.
I was just reading something
What's that?
a little bit ago. If you look up the pictures of Kirby in America versus Japan,
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
I know
original
what you're talking about,
designs?
yeah.
all of their designs are like fierce and like
Oh, yeah.
angry blob of pink.
And now these are
Yeah.
just like,
Well,
Yeah.
you're talking about original Kirby, right?
No, the
in
Japanese,
Japan.
like all the Japanese ones, they look like more angry and fierce.
Even now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like crazy, but it's noticeable.
Like his eyebrows will be a little squinted.
Yeah. Just kind of like little things like that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, just the slightest change.
Hmm It's just the way that
Oh yeah, he's always in like an angry pose. Yeah.
Yeah.
the way the communities work.
Yeah,
Japanese are,
He does
more
still make
focused
some of
on
those
difficulty.
faces, but I get your point.
but like the box
Yes.
itself.
The box art. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Man.
Let me stop looking at Kirby images.
Yeah,
while I'm
Anyone else have something to add?
I don't know.
Gonna go with a no.
I think a lot of it comes down to just what kind of game you're looking for.
True.
Yeah.
Like a steeper curve is nicer for someone who's looking for more of a
Yeah,
challenge.
they gotta set that precedent.
Yeah, and a lot of times a way to make a game harder, have it like a big staircase with like really big jumps.
God.
All
Every
right.
single
Oh.
boss.
Do it.
Yeah, like every boss is more impossible
Do
than
we
the
have a
last.
guest? Is it the cat?
That's not like
Kitty.
guest, but I do like kitties.
The cat will be here soon.
Let me love you.
Moving
Hi there.
on, Evan. I want to ask you a question.
Hit me up.
Oh,
You-
sorry about my mom coming in earlier, by the way.
Oh, you're chill.
Was she here earlier?
I didn't.
It
Even
kind of.
Evan, I got a question. You're the only one here that uses a laptop for your gaming, right?
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah. Does it work out for you? No.
Let me inform you. It functions, and that's about it.
The cat's here.
I could pay way less and have the same amount of function.
Yeah.
And have my computer last longer if I built a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
laptops
reason
don't-
is just my setup. I just wanted my computer in my room, and because of that and Ethernet cables and such, I'm gonna wait till I move until I'm gonna build my own computer.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this will just last.
It's
So, but-
surprisingly
Kicks
not
it.
that hard, actually.
So yeah, no, I know, but it's more so
I know.
the
I know what you're saying.
situation. Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
But let me
Yeah.
tell you, if you have the option, build a computer. It's not that difficult, and it's way cheaper.
I made my computer for like $700, I think, and it's like
How
a
long ago was that?
$2,000 computer.
How long
Right.
ago was that,
minimum.
Tyler? Couple
Right now, I
weeks?
think gaming PCs might be
5
a little
years
bit
ago?
cheaper to
Oh, I thought you were
actually just
talking about-
buy a PC instead of build it.
Mhm.
It depends on the situation because
No,
bit
right.
mining.
Yeah, Bitcoin mining is just making graphics cards shoot up, and then I think you're not allowed to raise the price of your computer just because the components cost more. So like those prices like stay the same ish.
Yeah, currently
Wow.
it's better to buy,
Yeah,
but I don't think they'll
But-
last very long.
Yeah, it
But
fluctuates.
I
usually.
still think building your own better.
It more so because it gives you flexibility and it
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
I think if anything, like buying a PC, just I feel like there might be one area you're gonna get like gypped on, if anything.
yeah. Oh, there's always one area.
Yeah, you have to look and look. Like,
It's usually the graphics card or the processor that you just fucked on.
Yeah.
yes.
Can
I've
Oh,
had
well,
this
you go
computer
first,
I've had
and
this
then-
computer for 4 years. I spent like $1,200 on it or something. It still runs
Mm.
fine.
but at least it's a desktop.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
a
not
desktop.
a laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Now, I do want to make a disclaimer. There's nothing wrong with laptops. If you really need like a portable computer for your job or school or whatever, that's cool. Like
Yeah, definitely.
that is understandable.
Yeah.
Do not buy one for gaming if it's an option because like
I think there's
can
like
run.
one. I think there's like one brand of computer that's or
If
laptop.
that.
That's,
yeah, there are
only-
better and cheaper options.
Well, yeah.
The only nice part is that it is portable, and if you're going to utilize that, then it is worthwhile. If you're, like I said, for your job you need it, or for work, or maybe you're like moving a lot, like that's fine. But that's about the only benefit,
Yeah.
at least for me.
Otherwise, just get
I don't know.
like an actual PC.
Yeah, even if you don't build it, a desktop is still more
Yeah.
beneficial.
Well-
Yeah.
Also, like, everything in a laptop is like smaller too. So Like, if you look at my graphics card, it's
Mhm.
probably like the size of Evan's keyboard.
Yeah, like his dick is like 3 times bigger than mine. Like it's crazy.
You gotta stop sucking on laptops. They're supposed to talk about why they're bad.
But yeah, it's like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, also with laptops, you can fix them yourself, but it's harder and
They're not built to.
riskier. And yeah, so like it.
You have this much
something-
space to work in.
if something goes wrong with your laptop, you have to send it in to get fixed. We'll wipe your memory,
Mhm.
then they'll tell you it's unfixable.
Yep.
Whereas in a desktop,
Yep.
you can open it up, stick your hand inside it. That's
Works
crazy.
like electricity.
And it's like you can fix it and you don't have to wipe your computer.
Exactly.
Have you guys ever thought about, like cleaning out your PC with a vacuum?
Yeah.
Let me tell you the worst part about a laptop. You have this thing called a mouse pad, and it does nothing but get in your way.
That's not a mouse
Because
pad.
the way I put my hand to type things, my wrist, it's not. So my mouse pad is under my space bar. It's not in the middle.
It's touchpad, but yeah.
Touchpad. I'm sorry. That's
It's
my
okay,
bad.
Evan. We forgive you.
You're right. I'm just being angry.
The
right
cat
now.
gives you his
And-
approval.
My wrist, like the right side of my left wrist, is like on top of it. So frequently, I will like accidentally nudge something and like spend 5 minutes trying to figure out what I did. And when it happens again, I'm like, oh, I was on the
See,
You should,
touchpad
Evan, you should get like a piece of plastic.
and cover it.
Yeah, cover it.
I have thought about that a few times. It would be weird to fold my thing, but I
That's
have
true.
considered like tape or something.
I
The
really
only
think-
problem is sometimes if I move my laptop and I don't feel like grabbing my mouse, I do actually use the touchpad.
I think
but it's
there's
not
an option to disable it.
I'm sure you're right,
There
but
might-
I'm a lazy person.
There might
I
be.
mean, there's gotta be an app.
Like trackpad.
No, I think
and
it counts as a mouse, doesn't it?
I don't think
Well,
so.
You
Put
could
it-
probably
plug it in.
disable it somehow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I mean,
it
there's a
still
lot
sucks.
of options that you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, there are.
Like anything
I really-
else.
But just a major complaint I had was that.
I really do think that vacuuming out a PC is really good.
Are you serious? I can't tell.
No.
Okay.
Oh, Ian's laughing.
Dude,
What are you talking about?
Static electricity destroys components
I'm
of
aware.
your computer.
I do need to like
So it'll
get an
just
air.
imagine just your motherboard working at all.
I do need to like clean that out a little bit.
Another thing.
Only
about-
canned air is the way.
Another thing about laptops.
Everywhere.
A lot of the time, water gets on it. Want to know what water happens when you get on a laptop?
It
The
breaks.
whole thing explodes.
Yeah, your keyboard, it's not hurting anything.
You
I
have
mean, it might
you
fuck your
have
keyboard, but
you have 4 things in a desktop. You have your mouse, your keyboard, your computer, and your monitor. When
Z-
one of those 4 things break, you can replace it and not replace everything.
Laptops all in one.
yep. I'm a very like cautious person. I won't put like a drink near my laptop or any sort of liquid, but I understand that it would not be very hard to like put a drink right here and like just accidentally knock it over and destroy it all. Like Parker, have you ever spilled something on your laptop?
Yeah.
Go.
I have a
And I'm sure like
It was
You weren't-
sticky
you-
for a couple weeks.
oh okay. So you didn't get it too bad, but like that could really mess someone
It
up.
could. I don't
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
Freaking Diet Coke.
Benefits.
I have 75 gallons worth of water by my
Ugh.
computer.
That would suck.
But that okay, but that's not tipping. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
But
yeah, it is. No, I'm sorry.
I literally have like
Yeah.
something underneath it to hold it up, so nothing. Yeah, there's no problems that are gonna happen.
I'm
with
always-
it. Like,
Paranoid that my cat's gonna bite out my cables. That's the only thing about my computer.
I think that's really specific to cats, though.
Yeah, because
like,
they like to bite things.
well, not all cats like to bite things, though.
No,
It's
that's
like
true.
some cats really do, some don't.
This
If they
cat
don't,
just
you
likes
don't have to
get in
worry
my
about 'em.
face. Yeah, I have a bad history with laptops because I had 2 of them. They weren't necessarily gaming laptops, but I used them for gaming, and both of them broke. Like,
Do you know how?
oh yeah, one the screen cracked.
Hmm.
The second one, it was like I got a virus,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to factory reset it.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm using now. So I have a laptop and a desktop, and if I had to choose, of course I'm gonna keep my desktop. It's stupid to think the
Yeah.
laptop would be any better. Like, ask anyone that uses both.
Yep.
It's obvious. There's no
I don't
even
reason.
use
Come on,
both, and
you'd
I'm against
obviously
myself.
use your MacBook Pro.
Absolutely, MacBook Pro is the great. Kitty, no, he almost pushed the stop recording button. Oh, Kitty, I can't have you doing that.
Cat is like anxious to destroy you. Like
He's
he
trying.
knocks over your router. He jumps
Kills
on your
your-
keyboard. He like takes your headphones off.
He pushes my
unplugs
mouse when I'm playing.
Yep. Like man,
He's eating my
does your cat do
candy.
that?
What
Tyler,
is he doing?
does your cat
Hold
do
on.
that? Does Darcy do that?
My cat
No.
avoids me at all
I-
costs.
It
I keep
has
my
to be
door
his
This
closed.
cat.
animal's eating
My
my
cat-
candy.
My
When
cat
I-
loves my my cat loves my family, but he doesn't jump on people, and if you pick him up and like hold him, he'll get mad.
I get mad because he's eating my freaking M&Ms.
Like
My dog.
what Parker was
Okay.
doing, my cat would never let me do
No?
that. No, he would sit there and be very angry.
My cat doesn't
Be
do
like,
He'll be back here in like
Oh.
10 minutes, I guarantee
he
it.
doesn't hiss or growl, but like he'll just sit there with a frowny face.
Give it 10 minutes, he'll be back here in my face.
The dog I used to have, he was a Great Dane, so he would probably reach up to here on my desk. So like I'm upstairs in my house, so like he wasn't good with stairs, so he didn't really come up here. Like if he was in here, he would probably do a lot of the things Parker's cat does.
Freaking cat.
He wouldn't
dude.
like get on me, but he would just put his face here and like
like grab out of your laptop, dude.
yeah.
Push it over.
And I have a
be like,
dachshund.
Yeah.
And I like my dachshund. He's cute, but he doesn't really disrupt me while I'm doing anything. Like he'll only come towards you if you call him, and I won't. So well, not like while I'm doing something.
And I won't.
Yeah, I'm not like cruel, but like
I don't know, man.
he's a cool dude.
My I think that's how my screen cracked. Actually, is my dog like fell asleep on my laptop or something
Yeah.
for some reason because I just kept it under my bed. We had bunk beds, and my dog
Fat ass.
would always sleep under there, and it's just like this man just like destroyed my screen.
Oh, maybe it was a scratch and not a.
Maybe, but like the
A
whole
crack.
like
It
the
was
screen
just
had
a
like
really
black
bad
lines
scratch.
and stuff, and like it was oozing.
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's probably like a crack in the screen
Yeah.
rather than the
And I was just like
case.
Other than getting it, like fixing that laptop, just get a new one. But at that point, just get a desktop. It's better.
Like honestly, no joke. A lot of the times, it's better to get a new one other than
Right, but
getting
here's the
it
thing.
fixed.
Everything you
Yes.
could say about a laptop, a desktop does better.
Oh yeah.
Other
You
than
just
being
fix the
portable.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
literally,
only
unless
thing
the
is
portability is a
portable.
real selling point
The
for
whole
you,
thing, and the
that's
only benefit that portability has is
Yeah.
when you're using it for work. If you're using it for gaming,
or maybe school. Some
Maybe
people
school.
do like take notes on
if
the
you're gonna have a
laptop.
laptop for
I don't.
gaming, you're gonna get like one game on there, and then after that, your processor's gonna go to shit. And this is not gonna work. It's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man.
That's
You
a
can
bit of an
upgrade your-
exaggeration.
It's what happened to me, man. I
I
put
can
League
run
on there, and it
games.
was done.
But my laptop is probably a little better than yours, but it's still it was less worth it. So
I think the only
Understand.
game that I have on this laptop is Plants vs Zombies.
you don't have a league?
Ooh.
Oh, I
Plants
thought I had
vs.
seen you play
Zombies.
League on your
Oh,
laptop.
thanks, Joe.
Did you used to?
I did, but then it was destroying my processor, so I uninstalled it.
Okay, all right.
Or my
You
my
know what
RAM.
processor that wouldn't have destroyed?
Oh, let me
Desktop.
take a guess. My desktop that I have like 200 games on.
I tried to download League of Legends on a school desktop. It took
Oh my
me
God.
it took me all class period, and then I found out that the internet doesn't let you use it.
I had the same thing happen. It just would not say.
It
That's
legitimately
faster
took-
than our computers download it though, with all the updates and
So they
shit.
download stuff pretty fast.
Well, no. See, the thing is I literally ported the folder over. I didn't try and
Oh.
download it, so it was pulling all the files from like a USB.
Oh, yeah,
And-
that's Wow.
It took all hour,
You an
but
hour.
it didn't. Well, there's a lot of shit.
Huh.
We have like any other thoughts?
Nah,
Or
I
we,
think
I feel like we're kind of repeating the same 3 points.
I feel like you made our
Oh,
point that we
shitting on
don't
laptops.
like laptops for gaming.
Laptops
Yeah.
are good for being work
Other uses.
and school.
All right,
Oh,
I think
moving
we,
on.
yeah. Not
Um,
useless, just not great for
we're gonna
gaming.
move on to the next segment of our show.
We
do
should on
every week.
Linux next because we've already gotten.
It's game review. We're gonna review a game. Anyone take a guess
I
at
love
what
the
game
game
it is?
review.
Guess whose game?
Can I show you how excited I am?
Yeah, please.
I already know the game.
I need to perform
I have no clue. what
an
game it is.
act.
Hold on, Evan's got to perform his hype act.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Muy sendeyu. No need.
Oh, look at that height! Oh my gosh, he's
Wow.
so.
Oh my god, he's just going. Oh, he's gone.
Look at him. He's going to
Oh,
town.
alright.
Wow.
I'm back.
This man.
Did,
look at
did
him.
you guys? Did you guys see that?
Ian, do you see
Wow.
this?
That was
This is
crazy.
insane,
I
Do you guys
saw
like my
that.
performance?
It was like insane.
right?
That was a representation of what I think of
Ian,
this
you're
game.
seeing
So
this, right?
high. This is insane.
It's
right?
absolutely insane.
Evan, you're out of your mind, right, Tyler?
No, I'm actually. What is this?
Okay, but this
I
week's
know, I
game is Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Oh, everyone's favorite.
Oh, the best of all the Smash Bros. Games. Oh.
Dude, I just saw Tyler's face. He's like, I'm gonna have a disagreeing opinion here.
This game.
All right. It was all right. So when we were setting up the podcast earlier today,
Okay,
We were
let's
like-
hear it.
all right. So last week we promised them that we'd choose a bad game, and then we're all like, all right. So what's a bad game that we've
Took
all
us, like,
played?
20
And then we're all-
minutes too.
And then Evan's just like, I mean, we can do Brawl.
Question
Kinda,
mark?
like.
And then
It's
Ian
like-
suggested Mario Odyssey, and I was like, yeah, that's the good one.
No,
Well,
I
we
didn't
were
say
kidding
that.
about
Someone said that.
No, I said that, and then I said no, we can't do that.
Yeah. But, no, yeah, Brawl is like, it's the
Yeah,
weirdest game.
it's not like a universally ET kind of game. It's just like the least positive game we could figure out.
Without it being like atrocious that we've actually played.
Yeah, because the thing is, we don't buy bad games,
Right.
and if we do, we don't tell everyone else to buy it, and then we don't all have it,
Right? So it's just no one playing.
and then we can't review it.
Genital jousting.
Exactly. Except Evan bought that for everyone.
Hold on, what? That game's like a 9 out of 10.
I know.
It delivers.
It does deliver. It delivers on the title.
What the hell's wrong
It
with you guys?
delivers all my fantasy.
You're right. It does. It does
It does.
everything.
Anybody with
that it
$5 in
says.
their pocket should go check out this game called Genital Jousting.
Ian, you want to tell us
Anybody-
about Smash Bros. Brawl?
Don't
I'm
do
sorry,
it.
yeah. Explain the game,
I-
Ian.
How can I explain it when we've talked about it like 20 times on the podcast?
I'll explain it.
All right, please do.
Okay, so
Here, I'll give you some
I'll
ambiance.
be-
Here, let me give you
I'll
some
be very
ambiance.
brief. I'll be very brief. Super Smash. Oh, I'm ready for that. Not Super Smash Bros. Is a fighting game with just like all-star Nintendo games. Brawl is the 3rd edition of this game for the Nintendo Wii. I think it was 2007, and I don't know. There's nothing significant about the game other than just it was the newest version at the time. They had a new character, new stages. There's a story mode in this one.
It was in all of them except the newest one.
Well, no, they did like a story adventure mode. I'm not talking about like the
This is the
like
normal
go from
exhibition
stage
stuff.
to stage. Yeah, it's kind of different. They had cutscenes and stuff.
Oh.
Those weren't in
I thought the other ones had the.
No, that was
That was
kind of
exclusive to Brawl.
specific to Brawl.
Oh, okay.
Brawl went with a more realistic, stylized approach compared to the other games. Like the graphics were like they went for realism.
Mario had hair, and not
Mario
just
had hair.
blocks.
Yes. And anything else significant I missed? They try it was the first game it tried to do online. It didn't really work. But they weren't there yet in technology.
Was there issues with it? I never.
Have you ever tried to play it?
Yes,
No.
it's not fun.
You could never find another person, and when you could, it was very, very, very laggy.
Let me tell
and
you.
usually you
Let me tell you a
disconnected before
story.
the match finished.
Nice.
I played a match one time. I emphasize played.
Did you complete one?
You could call it
I'm
that.
impressed if you
There
did.
was it was set to 10 minutes, right? And let's just say that the game lasted 1 hour.
Oh, because of the lag, yeah.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah,
lag.
it's awful.
and
It's
I
awful.
did complete it. But it lasted a whole hour, and it was like, that's the biggest waste of time in my life. I had to play Meta Knight of all characters. Meta Knight was good in that game.
Broken one.
Yes.
But it's
He is the
so
best
hard to
character in
play.
Broken there.
Subjectively.
And I'm
best
not
character.
joking when I say an hour. It was a whole hour.
I believe him.
Like,
Yeah.
it was the worst.
No, you're that way.
It complete. Thank you.
I hadn't played online,
It's
so I'm
not.
not really sure.
Yeah, it's not a huge issue with the game. That wasn't super popular yet. I'm just
Yeah,
something
right.
I wanted to add. Other than that, they added stage building. which
Oh,
is
yeah,
cool.
no, that was fun.
Okay, so I'll go last. You guys go first.
Uh,
One of you guys.
I can pretty much say that my opinion is going to be the exact
Alright.
opposite on some
Yeah,
points.
he will probably be the most
Evan.
positive.
Want me to start or you want to start, Tyler?
I'll start.
All right, knock it out.
Start off
Starting off strong.
And so we can destroy it.
I really like.
Yep.
I really like the graphics of it. Like, I love the design of the characters and the more realistic approach. I really enjoyed that over kind of like typical like Nintendo-y thing. This was my first Smash, which is probably why my opinion's better of it over others.
Almost forgot. This is the first game they introduced Smash Balls.
Really?
Yes, that is important.
Wait,
yeah,
that wasn't.
Yes.
it's new to Brawl. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a good aspect.
Forgot
I
about
thought that was like a staple of the
Nope.
game.
No, that was specific to Brawl. They turned their symbol. I think it was already their symbol. They turned that into an item,
Yep.
and they're like,
Totally
because
forgot.
most fighting games have like a super move, and
Yeah,
that was
that's cool actually.
that was how they did it.
I thought that was in all of it.
Nope.
No,
Just Brawl and Beyond.
it's in the new one, but
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I found it fun. I played with friends a lot. Like, I rarely ever would play on my own or with online people, but I played with like people in my neighborhood a whole bunch, and it was always a bunch of fun. We were like freaking out, like, oh
me when I play games.
screaming when we get the smash. I'm like,
Dude, we do
Where you
that
at?
now.
Where you at? Where you at?
We do that now. Evan gets the
Wombo
fucking
combo.
Mario. Like,
you're playing Ike. You hit somebody and you like start.
Wait a minute, we do
slashing
that
because
now.
of it.
That's what I'm saying. When me, oh my gosh, when me
Yeah,
and
we
Evan
still
play
do that.
Crusade, and he gets I get the Mario thing, he's just, why am I going across the screen?
No!
That was stupid.
The only difference is we're not using Wiimotes, so we're not swinging our hands like that. I'm sorry.
Keep going, Tyler.
No, but yeah. So I really enjoyed playing with my friends. It was a lot of fun. We all sucked equally. But I don't know. This is where mine will vary more so than others. I really liked the campaign of it. I liked playing through it and like seeing all these cool cutscenes and seeing how everybody like got together and started working together. I enjoyed playing it. It's just I felt like I was part of the movie. Is basically the way they put it all up, and I enjoyed it. Except for the maze at the end, that was a
annoying.
bit. It was a bit hard for me to like comprehend and like understand what was happening for my younger brain. Like what am I supposed to do here? I just would run around aimlessly until somehow it worked. But
Until you found a boss that looked like it was important.
yeah,
It's like, hey, I remember this guy. I'm fighting him
Yeah,
again.
Petey Piranha.
but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It wasn't a perfect game by any standards. I would give it like a 6 or 7, like a 6.5.
Once again with these 6.5s.
All right, Ian, what are you feeling?
The reason why I'd say I didn't like Smash as much is just because I don't really like fighting games.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that won't
I feel like that would be a
help
big
my-
deterrent from this game.
Yes.
I like fighting people with equal skill level, which is probably why I like that one more than the newer one. Because now I play with Evan and just get destroyed.
I'm
Whereas
sorry.
before I played with people in my neighborhood, which everybody sucked.
I feel like I could
You
still
could
fight.
probably beat
I
me
feel like I could
now.
still fight Evan.
Yeah, I'm really rusty right now. You could probably all beat me now.
No,
In a hot minute.
No,
no.
I'm never
I-
that good.
M&M's, I probably
Parker
could.
maybe, too.
Yeah, like
I've beaten
I
Evan a
lose to
couple
Parker
times
sometimes.
when he's in his prime.
Definitely not into it.
I'm
My
into it now.
button mashing
Smash 5 though.
have been increasing.
That's gonna be
Just
good.
like break my computer for a month because I won't be using it.
Ian, continue.
Like I said, me not liking fighting games doesn't really like help with my like rating that I'm going to give the game. I like the concept of the story, like Tyler said, how they all get together, but the story, there's nothing like to be like, oh, over.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
story is the story is like, I've played better games. The concept of the story is cool, how they all get together though. But yeah, along with the new like all like the new additions they added, because they added a lot in that game. But I think for my overall score, I'll give it a 5. I don't think like the game bad because they improved on so much stuff and they added so many things.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like fighting games, so I don't want to give it anything like higher than that.
I feel you. Okay. My thing is, when I first got in the game, let me put it like this. I purchased the game. I given it a 1 because I can't play it because my Wii's too old to play it. So I had to buy a new Wii to play Smash Bros. Brawl. That on its own is like a big issue. But then I got the game,
I mean, it has nothing to do with the game.
and if I had to rate it in its prime when I first got the game and I actually was playing it, maybe I'll give it like a 6 or a 7, right? And then I go back and I play it after playing some of the other games, like the newer games, and I'm thinking to myself, this game is a lot worse. The air dodging is a lot worse for some reason. The smash balls are cool, but I also feel a little unbalanced. And this was like the only game in the Smash Bros. Series that I felt like...
I mean, the Smash Balls are still unbalanced.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. This was the only game in the series that I didn't really feel like I had much skill. Like you were saying, like for a reason that you liked it so much is because it seemed like you could still fight people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it felt like I could fight people, but it didn't require as much skill, which kind of took away from the game a little bit for me. It's like even if the skill doesn't matter as much, because it just felt like all the abilities were really wonky. They were creative skills, don't get me wrong, but they were really wonky, and it seemed like they didn't. The balance team was out. They were out playing in the fields and not really focusing too much on the balance.
Look at League.
Yeah, League. They aren't even on the same planet. But like, so my order would go 1 when I first got the game because I couldn't play it. 6 or 7, but then going back, it's like I probably have to give like a 4. Like it got some
4.
good stuff.
Yeah.
But like, as a game itself, if I didn't know anything about the newer or the older ones, it's like it's got a lot of stuff wrong with it. But it wasn't bad. It just wasn't a great game as I thought it was when I first got it.
Yes.
That leaves you, Evan.
Okay. Okay. So I'm
Go
really
easy
hitting
on
this
it.
with this. No, I think Brawl added a lot of good things to the series. While I don't necessarily like the story mode, and I definitely agree with that at the end. I love the cutscenes, and when they went to Smash 4, they kind of took those and turned them into character trailers. I was really into that. I thought the Smash Balls were a cool idea because I understand.
I literally thought that was like part of the game. I'm shocked right now.
I love
that's
Smash
not,
Balls. It's really cool to see everyone's finishing moves.
Yeah.
It could be a little more creative, but I understand that they have to be reasonable to
They
program.
also have
So
to make like 30.
yeah, exactly. Now they have to make 58, so I get that. Some of them are going to be more or less the same, and but I think they're cool. I know why they went for an item, because if they went for like a normal fighting game, charge it up. When you get into an 8-player, yeah, if you went for an 8-player game, that's everyone's going to be throwing specials every
At
2
the same
seconds.
time.
Yeah. So I get why they did that, and I like it. It was a good solution.
Yeah.
A good party game. While one of my big complaints with Smash Brawl was the controls, a lot of that can be fixed by just plugging in a GameCube controller. I just felt like whenever I played it, and I haven't played it recently, very recently. Like, when I did play it, it was like I was the guy who always got stuck with the Wiimote, which is why I have a grudge against that. But it's kind of unfair. I think they improved the graphics, which was cool. Even if I don't particularly like that style, that's a jump they need to do. And I think they added a lot of essential characters, like Wario, like pretty all-star Nintendo character. And
I don't know why. I always got my ass
Olimar.
kicked. I always got my ass kicked by Wario.
I don't know, because if you don't know how to play, his bike is probably like unkillable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You verse a level 9 bot, you just get fucked by Wario.
Yeah. But my beefs with Brawl are, I already kind of went through the story mode and the online, and the controllers for me. But the way it works, I don't want to say competitively, but just like in a 1v1 match, I don't like a lot of the mechanics they use. I don't like the tripping. That was just something unnecessary to me. Yeah, your characters will randomly trip in Brawl compared to the other games for no reason.
Speed up. If you dash multiple times in a row, you'll trip.
And also, the game was slower paced than the other games. If you go back after playing Smash 4 and play Brawl, it is noticeably slower.
I agree.
They made a point to speed them up in the newer one.
And
to
then you go to Melee, and
increase
it's
combat.
Super heavy.
What?
Then you go to Melee, and it's super heavy.
Yeah. Well, Melee had weighted jumps, but they were still quick.
So it felt like Brawl just went. It started heavy and quick to floaty and in the air.
Yeah,
back down to
it's just weird. But yeah, the mechanics weren't all bad, but I feel like I didn't like them as much compared to all the other games. Even Melee, I kind of just like those better, even though I don't really like Melee. I think it's a more balanced game. I don't know. There aren't a ton of complaints. I would still give it a 5 out of 10. It's okay. It's average. I won't The other games didn't exist in the same series. I wouldn't really have too much to complain about. I just think that the newer game did it so much better.
Yeah, in comparison.
And it just makes me not want to play this game a lot. And it's not even that different. It's just some little things that added up.
Quality of life changes.
Yeah. And just preferences in general. It's not awful. It's not unplayable. If you want to play a party game, it's fine. I just don't like the 1v1, and that's what I like about Smash Bros.
Right.
So yeah.
That gives a KingPastaDucksNStuff rating of 5.125.
Yeah, so 5 and an 8.
That's actually better than I expected it would be.
Did you add that right?
That's a tiny bit above average.
5, 5, 4, 6.5.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, we're there.
Yeah, we did it. We rated this game. You know what else we did? We got to everyone's favorite part of the show. Before we get to that, please, I want to remind everyone, please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments after this next segment. We are going to be taking questions and answering them at our leisure and at your leisure. But of course, it's time for everyone's favorite segment. Can I hear the name of it? No.
Q&A?
Are we reviewing another game genre?
It's Steam games.
That's my favorite.
We're talking about Steam games. My favorite segment of the whole show, because guess what? It's everyone's favorite segment.
I have to nut.
Hit us with that nut button, Ian. Pull it up on camera.
Currently, what Steam games is I pick 2 games.
Press it.
From
Press it.
You already did.
Gets me every time.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. I just needed to hear a nut.
Steam games. I picked
Wait,
out...
Ian, can you hit me with one more before Parker explains our segment?
I know, Evan. Why don't you tell us what the segment is, Evan?
Sure. Nut.
Okay. No.
My hands are up, so I'm not pushing the button.
This is the segment of the show where I pick out 2 Steam games that are real and make up one, and I give these 3 a description, and they have to guess which one is the one that I, Parker, have made up. Currently, the score is Evan 4, Tyler 5, Ian 7.
Ooh.
Ian's got a bit of a lead, and I have 1.
No, I didn't take a bit of a leave.
Parker gets points when
nobody gets it. I get a point.
Yeah.
But they're all they have to do is each guess a different one, and I won't get a point. You can play at home if you want. It'll be fun. Okay, this week, and just a reminder, I'm going to be giving you a description. It could be directly from the page. It could be something that I just kind of sprued together. I'm only going to give you it once. I'll repeat it, but I won't give you any more information besides what I tell you. You can ask the order, you can ask any of that kind of stuff, but that's it. Okay?
Can I ask for 2 number 9s?
You cannot. I'm sorry. First game. The first game is Mighty Chop, a stick fighter beat 'em up game where your fists you fight off hordes of enemies with only your fists. 2. Loader, a pixel puzzle strategy game where you move blocks into place to win. Game 3. Amoris, a furry dating game in a nightclub with a variety of different species.
I feel like that third game has to be real, right? That sounds like a Mimi game.
Wait, can I get a repeat on the second one?
Loader, a pixel puzzle strategy game where you move blocks into place to win.
I can see all of these being fake.
For sure.
For all of the above. Just take
What
me
if
out.
what if Parker gets this one week and he just makes them
That
all
would be-
fake?
What if I did that? And I was like, hey guys, which one's the real one? I picked two fakes and a real
Wait
one.
until
You could twist it up like that.
Wait until April 1st is on
Plot
Friday.
twist. 4 games this week. All of them are fake.
That's tough.
Oh, I got a top. Yes. Oh, perfect. I'm
I'm going
happy.
with
Um,
number 1. I just get that vibe from it.
Oh, look at this.
let me think it through. So, through by saying things out loud. So,
Please
the
do.
first one is a stick fighter beat 'em up. I could see that. There are stick fighter games, but I don't know how popular beat 'em ups are, like, out of arcades. I don't know. There's lots of puzzle games that could be real, but he might just be picking something generic to make us think that it's real. I don't know about that. And then the third game, the furry's dating simulator. That I'm sure there's something like that that exists, but I don't know if it's that specific game.
Weird,
So just back
yeah.
at that one. I feel like that has to be real though. So I'm gonna go with number 2. Finally.
All right. I'm like completely lost because I really wasn't paying attention.
You want me to read him again?
No, you don't have to read
No,
it
no,
again.
I'll read him again because it's only fair.
No,
No, please. It's only fair.
I want to deny Parker a W this week, so I'm gonna go with number 3.
Hey. Okay, fine.
Solid strategy. And
Okay. The fake game was Mighty Chop. Tyler got it.
well played.
At least I
I got a point in like 5 weeks.
You got 4 points.
I said in like 5
The
weeks.
score is Evan for Tyler 6, Ian 7, Parker
Hey.
1.
As long as Parker stays below 2.
I will give you one this week. 1 week, I'm going to make it 10 games. One of them is the real, the rest of them are fake. You have to guess the real one.
That's
I
gonna
like
be
that.
difficult.
That would be hard as hell.
I'll do it.
Have like a super round, like.
We should, yeah.
Alright,
Alright, so what is our Q&A?
Oh, Q&A.
Do we have any questions? Oh, do you want to call out the questions from last week first?
I do got. We didn't get any questions.
I thought you said there's some left over.
Yeah, you said we had a couple left over. You wrote down.
Oh, we ended up doing them
Yeah,
all.
we just.
And it, oh,
Look at his
okay.
hands.
We
Stop.
continued for like an extra like 30
Look at
minutes.
my hands over
Why don't you hit us with- Do we have any questions in the comments?
All right, we did have one a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't too long ago. I think it was when for all review.
Was it gonna ask us how
It
many
was-
number 9s we?
I want to add on to this question.
Okay.
What kind of brand desktop do you
Sure.
think is best for all around use? And then I have no idea what this word is. And why do you think that
What's the word?
they
Bird.
Skype?
The bird.
I don't know.
So send the word to Evan.
Oh, Jip. They jip. Okay. You on
Oh, okay.
processor, but give you a good graphics card. All right.
Oh.
So Skype.
Well, I know the reasoning.
Should we
for
read
the
who asked us that though? Like just
second-
give him
It was,
credit.
it was from the face with it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Did I say that?
I don't know. That's why I was double checking.
No, you didn't.
Alright.
Do the
Um,
face.
Jeez, Ian,
Appreciate
come
your
on.
question.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Not appreciating our viewers.
Come
First
on.
part,
I'm sorry.
I have to think of it a little bit, but for the
Use the
second
face
part,
within, not the face
the
without.
reason why I don't give good graphics cards is because a lot of times with computers, the people who are buying a computer instead of making one either are dumb or they. I'm saying dumb in terms of computer knowledge.
You could have said uneducated.
My computers are retarded. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
I mean,
They're
so, like,
idiots.
they want to get away with giving you as little as possible for as much as possible.
That's all companies
Where
do.
if they pumped up the price of the computer $1,000, gave you $1,000 more of a graphics card, nobody would buy it
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't know that graphics cards are like the most important part of a computer. And in terms of like gaming, like graphics card and processor is like the most important part. And a lot of people who aren't building the computer themselves don't really know that.
Yeah.
So they just buy whatever. They're like, okay, this is either I'm going for an expensive computer, I'm going to buy an expensive computer, or I'm going for a cheap computer, I'm going to buy a cheap computer. Not what's in it. They just buy it off of the price, and they expect it to be better.
Yeah. And even if they do know, like, this is important, they might not understand, like, what is... They might understand that a graphics card is important, but they might not understand, like, what... How
Yeah.
what they need to do what.
Yeah, so if someone is using their computer specifically for work, they don't really need a graphics card all that much. They need like
you need one.
They need it to work.
They might need one, but like they don't need a high end.
Some processors have integrated graphics on them, so you don't really need graphics every time.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to like play video games, I think AMD's Ryzen 5 3 have integrated graphics on them where you can like kind of play randish games, but they're not like ideal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'll play on the lower end, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for best, like
Brand?
like that's, I don't know.
Yourself.
I feel like at that point it's kind of best just to go with something. So best brand for gaming. I feel like it's just one of those things you kind of have to go with something that's trustworthy.
Because I don't really know if there's like a best brand.
Probably
per se.
Alienware. I mean,
But we all
Alienware-
agree that Mac is the worst.
Well,
Yes.
the question
Go
was,
trust Apple.
what brand of desktop do you think is best for all around use?
all around.
Yes.
Yeah, you just go for like really stereotypical things.
Yeah.
Like
Depends what you want.
an HP is a pretty reliable desktop that can do gaming if you get a high end one. It can do pretty much everything. It's reliable. Reliability is the main thing. Most brands that you've heard of before, like Dell, HP, those are going to be the more things to get in terms of all around. Yeah, because when you're doing all around, you really just want to make sure you just have a good quality computer. Just nothing.
Something that's functional.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, you could like reference it like a bike in Mario Kart. If you get all speed, your traction or your weight's gonna be really low. But when you want for everything, you gotta be in the middle. You're not gonna get everything high up, or you can get things all low.
Right.
Unlucky, but you just want to shoot for the middle because it's reasonable.
Yeah. You don't want a shuckle, you want a Mew.
Yeah. Except the Mew is like all high.
Next question.
No.
Okay.
I also wanted to add on to that question.
All right.
And then I said, what processor do you think is best along with graphics card?
I can't answer that. I'm gonna be
not a
honest.
computer dude.
I would have to do research before I bought it.
Yo,
Because
you gotta.
it's kind of
Yeah,
changes often.
I do. Alright, so I think AMD is a little bit cheaper than Intel, but Intel might be like a tiny bit better. Like it won't matter too much, and like if what you're paying for, and then I think the best graphics card, it depends on what you're like really looking for your range. I think for like overall, it's obviously like GTX 1080 Ti or something like that. That has like 11 gigabytes of video memory for it, but it's also like $1,000
I mean, if you have the
around
money.
there. Yeah, if you have the money, that's like obviously like top of the line, but you don't really need that. Um, 10
Unless you're
the
fake.
GTX 1080 is right. It's like below that. I think it's like running $600-ish, but that's just because of crypto mining.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying that crypto
Yeah.
mining is like
Taking over our products.
You can't upgrade your PC now.
not allowed.
It is not. It's not allowed. Graphics card wise,
Oh, you want to upgrade your PC? Hey.
Why don't you buy a new one like you do with the laptops?
Spend 4 times as much.
all right.
But yeah, I mean,
Alright, yeah, next question.
sorry, a bit of a noob with that. I just kind of like looked up what I should
Oh,
get.
let's
Yeah.
see.
A lot of
The
times
next
it's
one
based
is what from Time to Make Fun. Sorry.
There
I'm
you go.
forgetting people this time.
Oh, this I don't know about you guys, but I kind of have it bad with the chat because the two people who are asking questions is Time to Make Fun and The Face Within, and they're both the exact same color. So,
And they both start with
well,
T.
it's not even really that, but like it's hard. It's kind of hard to distinguish between them. Good.
Okay. We'll hit subbing with that question.
Time to Make Fun, by the way, I asked, what is Labo Robot for Switch?
Labo
I-
robot?
I might have the best understanding of this, right?
I know
Yeah.
Labo, I don't know what the robot is.
Oh, I don't. So Nintendo Labo, their new basically they sell cardboard, and you can fold it into different
I'm
objects.
sure it's not exactly.
Whoa! Guys,
It-
whoa,
it's
hold
like
on,
this-
hold on. Look up this
what?
robot. Nintendo Labo
Yeah, there
robot?
is a robot. I've seen it.
It looks like you hook on like a backpack?
Yeah.
That's rad,
The battery
dude.
pack.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there's like a plane, there's a guitar, there's a piano.
Yeah, but this one looks like good.
a backpack.
The rest of it looks like crap. This looks good.
One that's like a wheel. Yeah, so basically it's this foldable cardboard. You morph around your Switch or your Joy-Con depending on which one you get. There's different sets, and what you do is, I don't think you actually need the Labo to do things. I think they're just aesthetics. I might be wrong on that. For example, like if there's like this, they go for mini games, mini game, and you like make this wheel around your Joy-Con.
It kind of seems like you need it.
You might need it.
For the robot, you literally have them like on a headset
Yeah.
sort of thing, like right here. You probably don't need it for all.
I'm just trying to look at the robot because it looks really cool. I can't hear Evan. Can you?
Whew. Didn't
It's
realize
only
there was diamond in them.
$70.
Yeah, they're
I do
massive.
think it's really cool, although it is too expensive.
There's a fishing rod.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, we'll make it $10 because it's cardboard, but like
Maybe
$70
less.
is way too much.
For the robot?
Yeah.
If you
The robot, maybe.
the robot could be
I
like
can see it for the robot.
40.
Maybe I would prefer
Because
50.
it's got like
That
strings
is more
linked up to your
reasonable to
feet
me.
and all
But,
that kind of
like,
stuff.
A fishing rod that should be like $20.
That should actually be like 10.
20,
I'm giving it
25.
benefit
That's a
of
little
the
more
doubt.
complex than
I'm giving
you
it
might
benefit of the
think.
doubt and saying
There's like a string and stuff.
yeah. But like it's expensive. It's really expensive.
I can understand the robot being expensive. The rest of it,
Yeah,
it's a bunch
I
of
agree with the
baloney,
robot.
Yeah,
man. Don't
it's
do
a
that.
neat idea. I feel like maybe they should lower the price, but I don't know. I'm not educated enough to know exactly what they do. I just get the concept.
It just kind of helps you with games. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Wii wheel for Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Except for a
they're
lot of things.
accessories, but I do think some of them you need for certain games.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you need them for most of the games.
Yeah. Like the fishing rod, I know you like put the Joy-Con like on the hook and you like lower and raise it, and it's like a sensor thing. So yeah, I don't know. We're not in the demographic for that. So if you have little kids or you are a little kid, maybe you should look more into that.
Oh yeah,
What do
definitely.
you
Or
like
get your
with
parents
kids?
to look into it.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
All right.
Yeah. I guess we sort of answered that.
No, we answered it. We
Yeah.
said it's an accessory.
Yeah.
All right. The Face Within asked, "What is crypto mining?"
Oh boy.
That is a little tough to explain.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
there-
going to try to explain it in a way that's not like
Super
in a timely
complicated.
manner.
Super
Yeah.
technical.
so. Crypto mining.
Yeah, where do you even
like,
begin? Oh.
Right. So, you know how the price of Bitcoin shot up to about one Bitcoin was about $17 or a lot. I mean, like December-ish.
We may need to explain Bitcoin because I don't know if that's common knowledge.
It's an online currency.
Yeah.
It's basically money, except
So
Untrackable.
what people are doing is they're using like certain computers to kind of just like, I guess they would be like trading like information back and forth and getting like the Bitcoin like a fraction of a Bitcoin, and then like you get to keep that, and all your computer is doing is just repeat that process over and over and over. So you're getting, and your computer's just doing all this work so you're technically just making money off of
yeah.
your computer running and just keep on doing that transaction
People
back and
get like multiple computers with extremely good processors and graphics cards, stuff, just to like, so that you just have it running over like constantly, which is
And-
why it's so expensive right now, because the demand is really high for it, because it's practically free money, although it's a lot of work.
It-
Like
it takes a little while to build your money
Also,
back.
I'm not exactly sure if it's legal.
It's legal.
Yeah,
Is it legal?
Yeah,
it is legal.
Bitcoin is legal.
Really? I thought Bitcoin was
Yeah.
like super shady.
No,
Really?
Well, I mean,
it's just an online currency.
It's
Yeah.
not really backed by anything, which
it's
is
kind of like
why it's
PayPal.
risky.
That's why it was
That's
like
not what
$17,000.
Well,
in
I know
December.
what PayPal is. It's just like theoretically PayPal.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, it is legal, but it's not really backed
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
like governments have currency that is backed by things, and
Supposedly.
It can,
But yeah.
the price of Bitcoin
Yeah.
can rise and fall. So in December it was $7,000. Now it's about $8,000 for like one whole Bitcoin.
yeah, it by shady you mean risky and like fluctuating? Yes,
it is risky and fluctuating.
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
However, there is multiple cryptocurrencies.
How to crypto mine? I have no idea.
Yes. Don't ask us how. We just know like
There's like
a
apps and
basic
stuff,
or
but
basic idea of it.
Yeah.
You can find
And-
videos of it,
Download the newest app, Crypto Mining,
yeah, we
on the
don't
App
know the
Store.
specifics.
If
But
you-
like we were really interested. There's like
It's like
apps and
cookie
stuff you can
clicker,
do to
but
get
for
started.
crypto mining. I guarantee that's
Websites.
So it's pretty
Yeah.
much just like trading information back and forth, and you're getting money for it.
Yep. Hope that answers your question.
We have another question.
And that's why, well, like with the demand, I think the graphics cards have been shot up like $100, $200 are the higher end ones.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very hard to make a
See,
gaming
I haven't really
PC right
gone
now.
shopping for a computer in forever, so I don't know the prices of stuff.
Oh god,
Oh.
I'm probably gonna have to get. I'm gonna have to upgrade some things in my computer soon, which is
All right, so I was looking at the price of a GTX 1080. The market the recommended market retail price, like on Nvidia's website, is like about 550, no, 570-ish. And right now, if you go on Amazon, they're selling for like 600, 700.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 1080, I think that's in higher demand than that.
Better
So
it is.
the TI.
Yeah. Huh.
That's, well, when I was looking like 1 or 2 months ago, I saw it was like $1,200. Just because it's a higher performing graphics card in general too.
I think we should
Yeah.
get 1 or 2 more questions because we've been running pretty long.
Yeah, we did go
It is 2.5
Oh, we went
hours.
long
Wait.
today.
Oh,
Yeah, we went long.
You know more questions?
No more.
not right
Oh,
now.
should we
Um,
call that a night, or do we want to?
Actually, can I make a comment on a comment?
Yeah, we'll have
Crazy.
we'll do this and then we'll be done.
All right, so the face of
Okay.
them. He said so a dedicated graphics card is best for gaming, right? Thanks. I just wanna point this out. It's not just the dedicated graphics card. You want a processor too,
Yeah.
because literally everything runs through your processor. Like literally everything that's going on your computer goes through that thing.
Yeah. So processor and graphics card are like the two most important parts of your.
It's your motherboard.
Well,
I
It's
mean,
the most
just make sure it's
technical.
compatible.
yeah, your motherboard's the most technical, but like not really the most important to be the best. Yeah.
Make sure your processor and motherboard are compatible.
Yeah.
There's different chipsets,
That's
which
true.
is just
Okay.
basically the little tiny wires that are framed in the back. Annoying.
Well, I think
All right, people are watching.
Oh, you want to do the outro, Evan?
I would not. I just wanted to thank everyone
Okay,
for
everyone,
watching.
thanks. Thank everyone for watching, I guess.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
Wait, is Evan closing us?
No, he's not.
And you. Oh, I am. All right.
No, he's
so,
not.
thanks for
No.
watching,
Source
everyone. And,
information.
this is the King Pasta Ducks and Stuff stream. We stream every Friday at 10 p.m.
And
Eastern Standard Time.
Wednesday,
And Wednesdays we do gaming streams instead of podcasts.
We've actually started that.
Yes, Wednesdays at the same time.
A
But that is
little later.
due
A
to
little later.
little later, but that is subject to change as of right now, a little after 10. Hi, I'm Evan. This is Parker. That's Ian. That's Tyler. I mislabeled you. And have a good night. Quack, quack. Follow us on social media.
So Parker,
Alright,
you want
Parker,
to?
what
Yeah, watching. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. You can leave a comment over there. Make sure
Why
to
do you always
follow
say
because
Instagram?
everyone.
We don't have an
Yeah,
Instagram.
We do.
It's no, we're
We
not
do?
on it. Don't forget to tell your friends and tell them to follow
I didn't
because
know
we
we
want to
had
have some
Instagram.
rage Tetris going on one of these days. Maybe they don't think they'd like it. Tell us so that they'll follow and make me miserable for the rest of my life when we play Battle Tetris. We stream every day on at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and on Wednesdays sometime 10 or later, and that'll be about it. Thanks to everyone so much for watching.
Quack, quack.
See ya.